And at 2 minutes and 59 seconds, he hasn't got the knock. He was going to lose this fight. And suddenly left.
What are scorecards then? Let's have a look. The scorecards. The first Fury fight was really good. Right, let's have a look at the scorecards. 2 knockdowns, so they're saying it was a close fight. You had 2 10-8 rounds. There it goes to 36 and 13, 23 inside the distance. So 114, 112. That's pretty close, man. 116, 10, 117, 109. That man wouldn't even spit. But I'll tell you what, man. You see, you modern day MCs, I don't care, man. Skip to live around the ends or what, Bizzle. If you can't spit a couple of bars off the top, man, you like just dry. The MCs are dry. You can't even spit a couple of bars off the top. Man, you've got the beat going. You've got a mic in your hand. You've been rapping for how long? 10, 20 years? How long you rapping? You can't spit a rap? Flipping hell. Just spit a couple of bars. Just a little chorus. Just do and done. Crazy. I don't get that. If you're an MC, that's your trade, right? And you're in a public situation, it doesn't matter where it is, and you're handed a mic, you should have pre-planned bars ready to spit at all times. But you're not doing what you're doing right. Even if you're making money, that's your craft. I didn't say this was pay-per-view. When did I say that was pay-per-view, Dio Binelli? Quote, when I said this was pay-per-view. I didn't say it was pay-per-view. I never said this was pay-per-view. I didn't say this was pay-per-view. Why do you guys make stuff up that I didn't say? Why do you keep doing that? I didn't say that. You guys make stuff up, which I didn't say. You quote, I tell you what, right? From now, yeah, if you're going to quote stuff from me, you bring the video or the quote or don't quote it. Yeah? Unless you can bring the video, the place where I said it, where I can go to it straight away, don't put it up there. Because I didn't say that. I said Derek Chisora and Otto Wallin was pay-per-view. No, they were saying, someone was saying if I wanted to see it, I would have to pay 30 quid. That's what they were saying. But I didn't say, oh, okay, yeah. Thinking, man. This is not a pay-per-view fight because I'm not subscribed to it. That's what I was saying. Ulix. Yeah, you said, didn't you say, no, let me not quote. Somebody did say that Otto Wallin was going to knock Derek Chisora out. I can't remember who that was. No problem, D.L. Binuni. No problem. Two knockdowns. No, well, all right, yeah. That's why I still didn't quote you. Someone did say in the chat yesterday that he was going to stop Chisora. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Ulix. You thought okay, you thought Wallin was good. I wasn't sure. I'm not gonna say I thought there. I wasn't sure. That's what I writ in my last upload. I wasn't sure who was gonna win. I thought it would be contentious. I was hoping Derek would win, and he did. Wizard Sleeve says, "El boy never losing to that can." Does he? Wallin made his name on cutting Fury. That's all. Nearly stopped him though, and he buzzed Fury in the last as well. That's the first time Wallin's been on the canvas. Alshiel, people are going to surely start knocking AJ's win over Wallin now. They were knocking it already, even though some of them were saying Wallin was going to beat him beforehand. They knock everything AJ does. Ade Anglo-Saxon, the one judge who would have had it a draw without the knockdown. Ridiculous. Good night of boxing. D-Man. Why are people professional AJ haters? I don't know, you know. That Rico Boxing says, you're dropping StreamYard link, I'll come through. Oh, you guys want the link? Oh, down one and goes. Overhand right. It reminds me of it reminds me of the punch that what's his name again? Max Bear landed on Primo Canero, delayed reaction. Two-handed attack by Derek. Derek said it would be war. He did warn Otto Wallin. And Wallin wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for it. I mean, when Derek was cut like that, he should have really went after Derek, even if it meant he got knocked out himself. You know what I mean? That's the whole science of the battle, man. If you got the man cut like that, you got to really go for it. You're the younger guy. You're supposed to like get your hands moving. George the Last Patriot. Is it weird that he had 118, 108 Chisora? Appreciate the super chat, George. Let me send a link in there if Rico wants to talk boxing. It's so good. Let me Carl Frampton's 38 next week.
How does he do it? How does he do it? How? He should be out of the game, but he just finds a way. He finds a way. 35-13. Outboxes a dude that we really thought, in all fairness, our Wallin should have ended Derek Chauzar's career if we were thinking, you know, in logical terms. But boxing doesn't work on logic. It works on what happens in between those four ropes and those four sides of the square circle, man. But he finds a way, another way. Drops Joe Joyce in the last fight, drops Otter Wallin twice. How?
Yeah. He's pulling it up from the reserves, you see. That's what Derek's all about, isn't it? Like once he gets into that emotional space, then you know he goes to work. Like some of the work he does is really good, some really good work. Like
He can fight. If he puts it together behind a jab and puts the combinations and starts his combinations with a jab and some defense afterwards. I remember when he was with Don Charles and Don Charles wanted him to be an inside fighter all the time. And Derek said, "Can we start a combination with a jab?" Derek has wrinkles in his game. But he's a 20th century heavyweight in a 21st century, heavyweight division. So he's fighting guys with longer arms, longer, dimensions and everything, and he has to fight a certain way to get on the inside. But he can box. There's no way if you've been a decent amateur in Britain and they're not going to teach you how to properly box. One thing about Derek Chisora, he can. He's always shown it. And sometimes, we the real reason why we're scared of Derek Chisora and we don't want him to box any further because we know what type of temperament he has, and he shows that he's been very emotional and temperamental from the sport. We hope he doesn't have any sequelae or lasting backlash from boxing, but it is what it is. But he takes care of himself in that ring.
Yeah, man, he done it all. Like he switched to southpaw. He was leading with the southpaw jab, cross arm defense. There was even a little shell defense there. So Derek does a bit of it all, man. Does it whatever it takes for the win, he'll do. That's what he'll do. You know what I mean?
But stuff like that, like for example, the first Tyson Fury and the second Tyson Fury fight, you have it in the tank, you have it in the reserves. Like you gotta utilize that. Because I know the first Tyson Fury fight, he was undefeated, and he was the guy that a lot of people thought he was going to win because he was going to just bulldoze him. And Tyson Fury used his reach and his length, and he held and hit, he hugged and hit and everything, and he won that decision. The second fight, he completely dominated him. But it's like when you see with Derek Chisora, when he's not on his form, it's just like it's puzzling because a G Caballero, that's a fight that he should have won. You understand? In my opinion. And it's just like when he's not competitive, it really shows. But when he really puts his mind to it, that's a very tough hombre, and that's a very skillful fighter because at times he's very hard to find in there. It's very hard to find in there. Usyk had to really, throw a lot of punches to get onto Derek Chisora, but Usyk is he's game for it. But it's like when Chisora really wants to be elusive, you can't really touch him. You understand?
Yeah, I never like advocate for boxers to retire, but with Wallin, yeah, like if you're not
Hmm.
gonna go for it, it's a life or death fight, man. In terms of like what mileage is left in your career, like how are you not gonna go for it? Like he's 7 years older than you. He's bleeding all over the place, right? I was just like astounded. He did try a little, like when Joey Gamachi was like chewing his ear off, but man, you should have really like it's either do or die. Either he knocks you out or you knock him out. It's got to be one of the two.
Some
What's
people's
the
temperament isn't to do that, and that could be to their downfall. Then we think to ourselves, then if you're not in there to have a do or die or ruthless streak in you, why are you boxing? You have to in certain fights you have to take your man out by any means necessary within the scope of Queensberry rules. And if you're not willing to do that, why waste our time? You understand? Because Joey Gamache has a family, his cornermen have family. They could be at home enjoying their families, or finding something more lucrative and a lot less time consuming to do. And you, as out of Wallin, who's accomplished boxer who has some pop and has shown some aggressiveness, why are you doing this now? Why are you being so timid now? You see, Derek Chisora is going to do everything he possibly can. He's a fan favorite. People love Derek Chisora. So if you think you're coming to England and you're going to box on the back foot and win a decision that way, you're sorely mistaken. So some people have to tell these fighters this, like, hey, you know what the job is. Stick to the plan. Stick to the game plan. And if you see him hurt, take him out. but I don't think people have it in them to do so. What say you?
Yeah, I think Afro Jam he nailed it. He was scared to commit. Chisora landed on that temple clearly, cleanly, regularly. Yeah, he got hit, and I think he probably underestimated the power a little, and it made him very apprehensive. I think he felt it early, and that was enough to deter him to really push as hard as he needed to. You know.
Yeah, I understand that because you got to remember when when Alexander Usyk says Derek Chisora hits harder than Anthony Joshua, there's a problem there, and there's a real problem because we see AJ absolutely make mess of men. Once he hits them, sometimes they are really, really in a bad way. So for Alexander Usyk to say this is the hardest I've ever been hit in my life, there has to be a real air of caution. Just because this man had 13 losses, he's been stopped before. Look, like a perfect example. The second Dillian White fight, he gave Dillian White hell on earth, and he hurt Dillian multiple times. Dillian had to pull out a left hook from hell, from the worst parts of Jamaica, from the gully to knock out that man. You have to understand that. And he was hitting him with some horrendous shots. Derek Chisora was hitting him with some horrendous shots. So I can understand why he had that trepidation and that tepidness in him.
Yeah. One thing Chisora will do is he'll push it to the limit, man. Every time he goes in there, he'll push it to the limit. And yo, it was a great headliner, man. Done his thing, done what he had to do, man. He got the win, and that final fight is up for grabs. I was surprised AJ's name was in there. I wonder if AJ will end up fighting him.
I don't want AJ to fight him as on this current level. I want AJ to, if he's gonna fight anybody, he should fight either Wilder, Fury, or rematch Daniel Dubois. Those are the three fights I want to see him with because I think he's a lot better than what we saw with the first Dubois fight or the Dubois fight. Because if it's only one Dubois fight, it can't be the first. I still think he has something left in the tank, and I think he just has to focus up, do what he has to do, figure out what he did wrong, and I think he can. I think he's an easy fix, just like how you know with Andy Ruiz. I'm not saying it would be just like an Andy Ruiz fight, and I'm saying Daniel Dubois is a lot more talented than what he's given credit for, and he's a lot more nuanced than what people think he is. You understand? He may just come off as aloof, but I think there's a method to his madness. But I think if AJ is on point, he just has a good training camp. He's really doing what he's supposed to do. He's being, attentive and, concentrating. I think he can get that back. What say you?
Depends what's left in the punch resistance with AJ, really. Isn't it? I think that's what it comes down to. It's punch resistance. If you don't have no punch resistance, you know what I mean? You could be as talented, as well developed, physically in the anatomy as AJ. The punch resistance ain't there, then it will all come down to nothing. So it'll be
Yeah, we'll
interesting to
come.
me to see whoever AJ fights right now.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. There's a big punches, man. Like he fought some big punches in his career, man. So it's just like, yeah, he held up against Klitschko. He held up against White. He held up against Andrew Ruiz in the second fight. He held up actually well against Usyk in the first and second fights outside of Usyk's 12th round in the first one. But it's just like sometimes just taking them shots, it can just be one too many. Then boom, because how how Dubois came out that first fight, I said, damn. He just came out like he owned the place. Hard jab, everything, knocking him back down, like left hooks, anything. Like it was just like he could land anything on AJ, and AJ just had a tough time landing anything. It's just like it was incredible.
Let me just hit these comments. Big up Tony says that knockdown looked crazy. Wallin looked tamer than usual. Yeah, like it was a strange performance, man. Afro Jam, he says Wallin career as a contender is over. Clifton Richards at George. The fix was in. George the Last Patriot. Why is the scoring so all over the place? Anthony Mackin says, give me Wallin's physical attributes and I'll knock Chisora out. Afro Jam, he was scared to commit. All right, got that one already. Afro Jam, big up. Said he was landing on that tempo clean irregularly. BG London says, Dillian, not an option. No, Dillian's got a fight, hasn't he? Dillian is fighting Joe Joyce next. Dillian's booked. Blue Collar Sports TV, congrats to Derek, but Wallin is a disgrace. I had people telling me for years how good Wallin was. He's trash, pathetic performance. You know what that brings me on to, yeah? It's how good is Tyson Fury, right? And I'm going to say it from this perspective here, yeah? Wallin cut Fury with a legit punch, rocked him in the 12th round, and Tyson Fury just hasn't fought a varied number of different opponents for us to know how good he is. But there's some people who will swear blind Tyson is one of the top heavyweights of who ever walked the earth. You know what I mean? Just when he got, like, okay, AJ might have got knocked out, but it's a very serious challenge. This would have been his toughest British opponent he ever faced, is Anthony Joshua, and he retires. This would have been his biggest domestic showdown in his career. But just like he ducked the David Price fight, he ducked this fight. The two British punches he could have faced, he ducked both of them. Right? And I'm here to say, and I'm going to make a video about it, that you are just an average heavyweight with a big mouth who beat Deontay Wilder 3 times. Yeah, they're good fights. Of course, they're good fights. But you didn't do enough for them idiots who give you so much praise to be deserving of it. No way. Nowhere near enough. Nowhere near enough. I see him bleeding all over the place against Wallin. I see Wallin, right, rock Tyson Fury in the last round. And there's his dad after, man. He's the week of the kitten. He's the week of the kitten after. Come on, man. You're not that good, bro. You're not that good. Overhyped. Let me tell you the overhyped, man. And I'm not putting Anthony Joshua in the overhyped, right? Because not over here. Because we never ever, no one here ever said AJ was an all-time great. No, never. But Wilder and Fury, their fans and their media who love them, constantly said these two all-time great punchers. He's a bigger puncher than Ernie Shavers, Wilder. Tyson Fury just as good as Ali. No flipping way. All hype, all bunk, all garbage. Straight up. Straight up. You know what I mean? Big up Case K. Guzzy, I think the occasion got to Wallin. It was all about Chisora all through the build-up. Yeah, the occasion did get to him. It did get to him. It did get to him. D-Man, he says, bruh, Derek Chisora has a good resume now. Yeah, it's got some names on there. Big up Case. Big up Anthony Mackin says, Wallin doesn't have the meanness to step up a level. Yeah. It's true. Blue Collar says, Wallin couldn't knock out a good WNK. I tell you what, somebody said that Wallin was going to knock out Chisora on the hangout yesterday. I said, are you crazy? He's not knocking out nothing. To knock someone out, unless you have that natural Ernie Shavers power or AJ power or Wilder power or a big puncher, you got to come forward. He's just not prepared to do it. Just not prepared to do it. Tony, 88. If Del Boy got the nod in the White first fight and the Joseph Parker first fight, he would have one of the best resumes in the heavyweight division right now. That's a very good point, you know. And if he got the Hellenius verdict, yeah, And there might be a couple more contentious ones. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Actually, a very good point. Anthony Mackin says Chisora is not just a boxer; he can actually fight. It makes it difficult for boxers that don't have minerals deep. Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Boxing is a different thing. When you fight somebody who's decided that if you want to beat me up, you're gonna have to let the ambulance carry me out. When you're fighting someone like that, whether it's on the street or in a ring, then it's trouble, isn't it?
That's real trouble, that's real trouble, or you have to tap into a very dark side of you that person's already that. Like Chisora is reserved to the fact that he's an emotional cat and he has a lot of darkness in him. So he's reserved to that fact. If you're not willing to tap into something very dark, very primal, and something that might destroy you, you're not going to be there, Chisora, because Chisora looks like a type of person. He's self-destructive. I don't care if I have to kill myself in the event of me fighting you. As long as you know I'm willing to die in this ring to win this fight, that's enough for me. And that's a dangerous mindset. You have to really train your body and train your mind. And some people don't want to go through that type of training. Some people don't want to really take it there because it's a very dark, very uncomfortable, and very dangerous position if you don't have the constitution, the minerals, or the durability to really take it to a place of that ilk and that type of disturbing nature, you know?
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
What go on beats?
One punch KO. What's up, bro?
I'm there. Just watch taking some Derek War Chisora.
Yeah, of course. So
Yeah, man.
what's your-
It seems the British public still love Anthony Joshua. Eh?
Yeah, well, he's the one who brought the money, the big time boxing back to the game in the heavyweight division. So they'll always have a place for AJ somewhere. As much hate as he has, there's always a place for AJ. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, you follow Talk Sport and the shenanigans they keep up. People don't like AJ. He needs to retire and everything, but yet still Derek Chisora hold up 3 pictures. Who's the loudest cheer? Still Anthony Joshua.
Still Anthony Joshua.
Me.
Yeah, I mean. So, what was your take on it? Did you enjoy the fight?
Oh, man, of course. Yo, Derek Chisora is always must see TV every time. Anytime Derek Chisora fighting, I'm gonna watch. Because I know I'm gonna get entertainment. So, very limited as he is, it's entertainment. And that's what some fight people don't understand. That's what some boxers don't understand. They look at a fighter like Derek Chisora and they see 13 losses, and especially over here in America, how they protect that and they carry on about it. And they can't understand why Derek Chisora can pack out 20,000 in, you know what I mean? With 13
Indeed.
losses. Entertainment.
Yeah, that's very
And
true.
you gotta understand this. Derek Chisora is a lot more man than a lot of these fighters. He's a lot more man than a lot of these fighters. Just call it what it is. He is cut from the old school cloth. That if Derek Chisora was fighting in the '70s, I don't think he'll be. I don't think he'll be a world champion at all. I think he'll be severely hurt in a lot of those fights. But they would have to they would earn he would earn their respect because he's the type of dude that killed or be killed every time. He's a man.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Big up. Did you guys see any other fights on the card? I see Nathan Heaney get beat up, man.
Yeah, Nathan Heaney.
Guy beat up Nathan Heaney, man. Nathan Heaney just too easy to hit, isn't it?
Hey, France been having a good year in boxing.
Yeah, they have, Look what happened to Siobhan Clark, man.
Siobhan Clark, Mungia, uh,
Yeah,
Nathan Heaney. These French dudes just be coming out of nowhere and beating up on people.
except the one who fought Dalton Smith the other day. He got bust
Uh,
up in a round.
yeah, he got bust up.
He got bust up quick, bro.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
got some weak.
That's been way too good, way too good
Yeah,
for him.
Dalton's a good
And,
fighter, bro.
and
I
they
don't care
said
what
that
no one
guy.
said. What's that, bro? Yeah, Dalton Smith's a good fighter, man. Dalton Smith, you know what I mean?
He got over here just ducking.
Next week is a really good fight, bro.
Which
Really good fight.
Jack Catterall.
Yeah, and Barboza.
Yeah,
It's a good fight, man.
it was a really good fight.
The
I
interim
got
title,
Catterall.
man. Yeah. It's a good fight. Golden Boy, Matchroom Barboza undefeated, although he shouldn't have got that verdict against Sean McComb. I'm telling you, man. Golden Boy has sent him over to wreck up Eddie Hearn's stable because that if he beats Jack Catterall, that would do damage to the stable, bro. Because Eddie's got hopes in Catterall. Got a lot of hopes in Jack Catterall. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That would be very, very damaging, especially. Oh man, and I would feel real bad for Catterall if he comes so close right here and lose, because for all intents and purposes, he should be undisputed. I know, it goes on and on and on with that, but he should be undisputed champion.
He
Like,
should. He should. And that was a nasty robbery, man. From the first punch Catterall landed on Josh Taylor, and I remember it. It was a jab left hand, and it was just jarring. It's just like I remember listening to Beats's, you know, Beach's, commentary on that fight. And I was in the city because I think I was coming home from school at that time. And I'm hearing Beats say left hand upon left hand upon left hand. But what Beats also said in that fight was this: Jack was letting it get away because he wasn't trying to be as physical with, you know, Josh Taylor, because Josh Taylor realized on the outside he was outgunned and he was outmanned and out slicked and out fought. So he brought that fight to the inside. It's just like if Jack Catterall would have just stood his ground and not let that happen, they could not have robbed him. But they did. And I remember what Beats was saying. Catterall would let it slip away in certain respects.
yeah, man. He cannot let that happen. He cannot let that happen next week. He it, Jack should win. Jack should win. Barboza is a very good fighter, but Jack Catterall have all the tools to beat Barboza, in my opinion.
I think Jack Catterall has enough power too, and I think he needs to tap into that. I think he needs to sit down on his punches a little bit more, and I think Jack Catterall just needs to utilize what he's been doing, that good southpaw jab and that good left hand. You can stab it to the body sometimes. He doesn't always have to go to the head with it, but just keep that good jab and good straight left hand, whether it be to the head or body. And I think he'll just run away with it because Barboza, he's not particularly fast. He doesn't have dynamic power like that. He's a basic boxer for real.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Like Jack Carroll, he's talking about he wants a stoppage, and like no one's really heard him talk like that. That you mean he wants to get him out of there. So we'll see what he comes with, man. Like he's starting strong
Because
against progress. So if he comes with a more positive attitude, that will be all the better for him, man. You know what I'm saying?
he has the power to do so. Because I think last time I checked that, didn't he have like double digit knockouts coming into the Josh Taylor fight? Like, yeah, like he was 23-0 with 13 knockouts or something like that. He's not the biggest puncher, but he's not feather fisted.
No,
yeah. Jack is not feather fisted. He just don't finish. He just don't finish the when he gets somebody's hurt. If you notice in his last fights, he's dropped every opponent, but he hasn't finished the fight. You know what I mean?
And that could be very problematic. You have to finish the fight. You have to.
I wouldn't begrudge Del Boy a shot against Usyk though for his last fight. I wouldn't begrudge Usyk taking a fight. A lot of people are going to say no, obviously, but like Usyk should be able to cherry pick a fight if he wants. Like beat AJ twice, Fury twice, Dubois twice, and look at Dubois' form since then. I wouldn't begrudge Usyk that.
But I don't think Usyk wants to deal with that because, like I said, Usyk remembers what he had to deal with. I don't think Usyk is going to want to have to fight on the back foot to keep this Zimbabwean, this prideful, violent Zimbabwean off of him. That's a lot of work, man.
I'm just sick of this Tyson Fury crap, man. Like I was watching a video the other day. He was trying to elbow Usyk in his face, you know. And Usyk warned the referee, yeah, look, now you see he's trying to use his elbow, like he did against Steve Cunningham, like he did against Ngannou. Using his forearm and he's supposed to be like an Ali boxer. No, he tried to fight. When he can't get his way, he'll try and fight dirty. He'll try and fight dirty. And then when he feels the competition's getting too hot, he'll duck, find a million excuses to get out of fights.
Man, this is boxing. This is boxing. Like you are a historian. When I bring up Sugar Ray Robinson ducking Charlie Burley and everything, people tend to not talk about that. People don't tend to talk about how a lot of the older fighters used to duck and everything, and they have resumes and they've done a lot of things. So I'm not going to try to equate that at all. But I'm just saying Tyson Fury shows that he's a human being like everybody else. That's just all I'm just trying to impart here. I'm saying, he'll do anything to win, just like a lot of boxers would do. A lot of boxers would do a lot of things. Like Muhammad Ali threw punches that people would deem illegal. He will punch with his palm as opposed to punching with his knuckles at time. This is a fight. This is a fight. And if the referee isn't calling it, Usyk found a way to, overcome Tyson Fury twice. This is a fight. People try to realize that.
You got a point there. That's fair enough. That is fair enough.
Because you got a motherfucker that almost killed you that last time. Like you have to understand, Usyk almost knocked that man out. Had it not been for that referee that saved Tyson Fury from getting his head decapitated, we wouldn't have a second fight because you know why?
Tyson Fury is overhyped. He's so overhyped.
We know that. We know that.
Big time. Tyson Fury is one of the most overhyped boxers in modern history. I never understood how people allowed him to get away with so much.
Great White Hope,
so much
great White Hope, bro. Just because they don't say Great White Hope anymore, it's still there. It's still there. It's just more latent, and a lot of people felt
that energy is still there.
Yeah, it's very latent. Don't get me wrong. It is not as prevalent and as pronounced as it once was, but people still feel that way because, hey, if it's either American white man or a British white man or someone who speaks their language and they can identify with, they will let him get away with that, of course.
Yeah, it's no way you could have a person like Anthony Joshua and you have a person like Tyson Fury, and it's just from the outside looking in, it's just like, especially with the media, it's so much hate towards Anthony Joshua. I don't understand. I'm like, yo, this guy.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that? I'm just going to keep it a little crass. It's penis envy. We know what it is. You know what it is. A lot of these individuals, they view Anthony Joshua as somebody who is spoiled. That he's won the genetic lottery. A lot of women find him, fair. A lot of women find him handsome. A lot of women, are like silly putty in his hands and everything. So objectively speaking, a lot of men can't handle that. A lot of men have that way. So when they see him lose to Daniel Dubois, Alexander Usyk, and especially to Andy Ruiz, they'll always let him know, like, oh, you're not perfect, Just real corny, immature.
Here's the thing, like, the 2 times he's backed out of the Joshua fight, and one of them was for the undisputed. And now they're going to say, oh, well, Joshua ain't got no belts. Well, what happened when Joshua had 3 belts? He went to fight Wilder, in a fight where he could have canceled the contract. Like, let me,
Exactly.
yeah,
Both of them, Tyson Fury and Wilder.
yeah,
Even
because they
Wilder
knew
more.
Anthony.
both of them. And then like
Wilder
Because
in the
they
worst way.
the LDBC was still trying to blame AJ for the fight not happening the other day. Yeah, but AJ signed to fight Wilder. All Wilder had to do is beat Joseph Parker, and he couldn't get past him. But it's
Right.
AJ's fault.
AJ
you know
fought.
what
And then the even going back, like all the offers that Eddie Hearn made, all the offers were good offers because Wilder never seen so much money in his life. Even the 12.5 million flat rate, you should have taken
Yeah,
that. You didn't
yeah.
deserve that. That was more than what you deserved. You came back, you got 15 mil plus 40% of the pay-per-view. That still didn't satisfy you. Then they came back, Eddie Hearn took himself out of the picture and they went straight to the owner of the zone. And
Mm-hmm.
they came up with $120 million deal, and he still turned that down.
And
Just to
it
show
was
you, it
so
was
bad
nothing
that they
would
got
have
rid
made
of
that fight.
Wilder's manager because Luther Better was going to take the deal. But the
Yeah,
PBC, well, anyway, Ishmael,
and that's why they fired Lou DiBella,
yeah, that's why they
because
fired
he
him.
got you the most money. He was the only person that actually cared about.
That's true. Ishmael, he said, it was my opinion on Jack Rafferty and lips it up his trainer. Yeah, yeah, he was lifting up a full pound of lips as well, you know.
it's so disgraceful because I'm not gonna lie to you. I genuinely think Deontay Wilder turned that down. I don't think it was even his team. I think he turned it down because you can't tell me in good conscience that a manager acting in his fiduciary duty would turn down any of those contracts. Like, think about it. 15 million plus 40% of the
Crazy.
pay-per-view upside? Are you insane?
Man,
How
man,
do you
listen.
turn that down?
Yeah, that's
How many
crazy.
years later is it? What, 6 years, 7 years later? And people like boxing fans like me, we still bring that up because I don't think they really understand the magnitude of how big that fight could have been. You know what I mean? That fight could have broken all records on both sides of the
All-time
Atlantic.
records.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
think
that was a
Floyd
huge
Mayweather
fight.
would have you think Floyd Mayweather would have been a king of pay-per-view? No, no, no. It would have been Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, that's
And that's
true.
a
That's
fact.
true. That's very true.
It's a
Very true.
fact. That would have broken all records on both sides of the Atlantic.
Wow, man.
Messed it up. And then
I
it
tell you
just
what, yeah. I tell you what. There was one fight on that card, man. On this card tonight. The French guy against why am name again?
in it.
175 pounder. What's his name? Zach Parker.
Oh,
That fight was crooked as any. Like Zach just kept falling on the canvas, falling. The referee never reprimand him, never take a point, never did anything. Oh, you're just falling on the canvas all the time, and they give you the decision. Come on, man. They
what's
should have threw him out. How many
Beast,
times did he just fall on the canvas without nothing happening to him?
what's
Dodgy.
wrong
Fight
with
was
Parker?
dodgy,
Was
bro.
he just a overhype? Like he's regressed really, but I don't understand.
Yeah, they were
I,
making excuses. It was the change of opponent because Hutchinson pulled out, so he's having to adjust it in your. Don't make them excuses.
he
That's
lucky.
terrible.
He lucky
Who
Hutchinson pulled out. He lucky because
who
beat
who regressed?
Zach Parker.
Zach Parker.
Oh yeah. I never thought he was the goods. I remember he lost to a guy named Daryl Tyson. Not Daryl Tyson. There was a guy who had a Mike Tyson type of
Yeah, Daryl. You're
style.
talking about Daryl. You're talking about Daryl. Daryl, what's his name from Forest Gate? Isn't it? Forest Gate. What's his name? Daryl.
Yeah, but
I know you're talking about.
they robbed him.
Yeah,
They
they
robbed
robbed
him
him.
without a
They
gun.
robbed him. They robbed him. I think he
Without a
retired boxing after that fight. You know.
Yeah,
I
just
think he
like how
retired.
Just like how Dave Tabiri, retired after the James Toney fight. That was
Yeah,
terrible. That was a
he didn't fight after. David Tapiri didn't fight after that fight, man. He didn't fight again.
that because think about it like this. That can take everything out of you. Like spiritually, you put a lot into this boxing shit. Once you are really into this boxing shit, you competing, you really want to be the best of the best. You put a
You get
lot of
robbed.
energy to be that.
Wow, that
You
was 8 years
you
ago. He
you
retired,
get
man.
robbed.
Damn.
That was his last fight, Daryl. That was his last
And
fight, man.
I remember watching
That's
that
why.
fight.
That's why
He
you
was
say. That's why you see how fighter like Derek Chisora carry on because he's been on the opposite side of some horrible decisions too. Yeah, some of those
yeah.
13 losses shouldn't have been losses for sure.
Like for
Ajit
example, the
Cabello
hilarious
come to
fight.
mind.
No,
People
no,
don't
no,
know
no, no.
that
I'll
he
take.
gave Ajit Cabello a hard fight.
He gave him a hard fight, but IG Kabayel won that fight. We can't do that. He won
Yeah,
that fight. Kabayel
I
won
don't
that
know.
fight.
I don't know.
You know what was a terrible, terrible decision? The Hellenius fight. That's what got him to fight
Yeah, yeah,
Vitaly Klitschko. That was a bad robbery. I said,
bad, bad,
what?
bad.
I'm happy we're not having robberies on like that, but one thing I realized the ring deaths are really ramping up, and I don't like that. It's like it seems to me like there's a ring death every year now.
Yeah, well, it's not what it is. Yeah, it's because you're getting like the results and you're getting highlights of all the fights all across the world. You're just seeing them more. They've always been there. They've always been happening. Like like when I used to pick up the boxing news, I read about ring deaths. You know what I mean? But they wouldn't necessarily be in the UK. You know what I mean? Like
That's
what was his name? The
what.
Scottish. What, I think was it Steve something. He died. I remember he died, man. Scottish guy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We
Bradley
we
Bradley
we just
Stone.
we just seeing more fights and more smaller shows and fights all over the place. So when it happens, we hear the news more.
Bradley Stone from
What's his
Canning
name?
Town.
John Cooney. That's the guy's name.
Yeah.
John Cooney, yeah.
Bradley Stone from Canning Town. He died in the ring years back. I think
He
that was
died. He died.
after he
He
fought
died in
Richie Wentz.
'94.
Yeah,
Yeah,
after he
he
fought
died.
Richie
Yeah,
Wentz.
Richie Wentz. Yeah,
After he
that
fought
was the
Richie
Richie
Wentz,
Wentz fight.
passed away, man. So it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon at all.
Yeah,
I mean,
we just seeing it more. Hey, what you think about Kakashi ducking Nunes?
who? Oh,
Anthony
that was
Kakashi.
predictable. That was predictable, wasn't it? It was predictable he was going to do that.
I just don't like you was gonna duck. Why you waste Nunes time like that? You know what I mean? Why you waste the time? I just don't like that. If you're gonna
People are
drop the
scumbags.
belt.
People are scumbags. That's why they do what they do. People do what they do because they're pieces of shit.
And I keep seeing people. I keep seeing on Twitter is people saying, "Oh, this boxing is obviously we're talking about ring debts and everything. Boxing is this type of sport. You gotta get the money when you want." But I'm like, bro, you had enough time to fight Nunes and to fight Lee Wood, and you would have get a bigger bag if you had the belt, bringing the belt to the Lee Wood fight. But you know why? Because you didn't have the confidence that you were gonna beat Nunes. So that's why. That's why you wasted everybody time and duck. So I don't want to hear that. But fighters gotta go get the bag. You could have get the bag twice. You could have get the bag with Nunes and get the bag with Lee Wood. If you beat Nunes, you bring the belt to the Lee Wood fight. Now it's more
He
money.
wasn't. He wasn't gonna beat Lee
He
Wood. He
wasn't.
wasn't gonna beat Nunes. So he
No,
did a
he wasn't.
business
But
decision.
that's what I'm saying. It's a duck. Like don't try to change the duck argument with I'm trying to
Yeah,
get the bigger
I'm a
bag.
proud man. I'm a fighting man. Shut up, dog. We know Nunes would have put you through the fucking
James,
ring.
James
Stop that
Murray.
shit.
James Murray died in the ring in the 90s, man. Bantamweight. I'm trying to find
Yep,
the
I
scores.
remember. I remember. I
Okay.
remember. Yeah, you remember when who's the guy that beat up Paul like Paul Noble? Because there was a guy that Nassim Hamed fought. Is I don't think his name was Paul Ince because Paul Ince is a footballer.
Who did
It
you
was
say?
you remember there was a guy that Nassim Hamed fought, and he had fought a South African, and the South African beat him up real bad. What was his name? Paul something. I forgot.
I remember Paul. He beat up Junior Jones. I forgot Ingle. Paul Ingle.
Paul Ingle, yes. Paul Ingle. Yeah, he got severely injured in the ring. Who else? Of course,
What
Michael Watson was
what's the guy that Chris Eubank that senior fought? What's his name again?
Michael Watson.
Michael Watson. Which is why what hey man, do you think senior might bring some bad juju on this fight, bro? He keeps talking about this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
senior has
yeah,
to. Senior's acting like Nigel Benn is the biggest puncher in the world. Mind you, do you not remember Senior? In my opinion, has always been a one shot. In terms of one shot, always hit harder than Ben, in my opinion. Because what Nigel Benn did to Jerry McClellan took over rounds to do. What he did
Yeah,
to Michael Watson was with one uppercut. Mind you, he hit him with
one
one uppercut and one left hook. Ended that man's career on the
almost
spot.
ended his life.
Yes. Yes. So in terms of punch power, when people say, "Oh, Nigel Benn hits exponentially harder than Chris Eubank," that's how I know people don't watch boxing or don't know boxing. Chris Eubank stopped himself from knocking people out. Like objectively speaking, if
I
Chris
think
Eubank wanted to knock out Steve Collins. He could have knocked Steve Collins out in the first round, in the first fight, when he had him down at 9. People fail to realize Chris Eubank was a puncher. He broke Johnny Melfon's jaw in pieces. People forget these things.
yeah. I think he's just scared of I don't know. I don't know why he's so scared of Conor Bendo for his for Junior. He seems
that's
to
the
be
thing. I was
really
mentioning that, like, because there's someone in the comment few, they don't like Conor Ben. So all I did was mention what Eubank said. I didn't make it up. Eubank said Conor is dangerous. He's dangerous, and he doesn't want Eubank to fight him, right? And someone said, "Oh, he's not because of that." I said, flipping, I didn't say it. Chris said it. He said
yeah.
it.
He's
That's his
dangerous.
spot. That's
He
it.
got a lot of aggression. I think Senior knows that this fight means it really means more to Conor Ben than what it means to Junior. You know what I mean? Because Ben is obsessed with getting that one back for his father. Like, you know what I mean? I felt like Nigel got robbed the second fight. And I think Ben kind of just wants that one back. So it means more to him. So he's gonna come out there with more fire, you know? And he
Yeah,
Okay,
already
but
he don't need no more fire than what he already has.
what
Conor was
happens? What happens? Yeah, but what happens if Chris Eubank absolutely walks him onto a mean uppercut and starts really beating up on Conor badly? He starts putting those combinations together. Because you still got to remember, outside of the Liam Smith fight, that guy, his career has been up and down, but he can fight. Let's not make any bones about it. Chris Eubank almost killed Nick Blackwell in front of us, and that's years ago. I'm surprised that I think that's like 10 years ago. That's funny how time flies, but that kid can fight. And not act like he doesn't have some fire in him either. That kid's a dangerous kid. Don't get this misconstrued at all.
that's a different Eubank though. That
Mhm.
Eubank there, right, was a savage.
He was a
The amount of
savage. He
punches he threw
was.
on Blackburn that night, just didn't stop, and he wasn't getting tired. Like the more he threw, the more energized he got, and he just kept throwing volleys at this guy.
He.
The,
I
the
remember
more
he.
you,
I,
the
I
more you, this Christian did that now. He's in the proper house now.
This Chris don't have that
Yeah,
same fire, man. And
I don't.
Conor
I
Ben
don't.
got that fire. You understand how listen, Conor Ben been itching to fight back in England. You understand how much energy he's going man,
oh
listen.
yeah, he's gonna bring it. Like early rounds could be a problem for Chris. I think if Chris can weather the early rounds, then you know what I mean he could settle
Yeah.
into it and get into a groove. But yeah,
But them early
yeah,
them first 4 or 5 rounds is gonna be hell. Uh, the only thing's gonna stay if Chris weather the storm and Connor get tired because of carrying the extra weight. But them first 4 or 5 rounds is gonna be it's gonna be hell.
I know. I know. I can say this. Conor Ben possibly wasn't up for the Peter Dobson fight or that Mexican, but I've seen him at a weight higher than 147, and it's not impressive to me.
It's
It's not
different.
impressive.
It's a different.
Uh, yeah, we just got to see when that fight happens, man.
I found the guy I was looking for, man. His name was
What was his?
Steve. His name was Steve Watts. Rocky Kid. Oh man, I always do that.
Oh, he dropped off.
Oh,
He dropped off.
he
Where
dropped.
you
Yeah,
from, bro? Where you from, bro?
I'm from Jamaica originally, but I mean here in America.
I'm always
What
doing
part of America? I'm in New York.
Oh, no, I'm right now. I'm in Kentucky, but I move around a lot,
You-
man. I'm in the military. I'm in military, so you know.
All right, cool, 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 cool.
Yeah, before
So you
before
can,
before the military, it was Miami. I lived in
yeah, I can
Miami
see,
before I joined.
I can see. But
Yeah,
I went to your shores, man. That's a beautiful country. I want to go back so badly. I want to go back to Jamaica, man.
yeah. Jamaica.
right. So yeah,
Go back
I
every.
found the guy. I found the guy was Steve Watt. His name
11,
was. He died after
11.
fighting Rocky. Sorry, guys. Steve Watt. He died after he fought Rocky Kelly in 1986. It was a tough fight. I remember reading about it. I've never seen it. He died after undergoing surgery to remove a blood clot from his brain. Doctors later indicated that Watt had been suffering from brain damage for quite some time, and his death was caused by the reoccurrence of an old injury.
Can
Yeah,
we see
man. Like,
Rocky Kelly? Can we see Rocky Kelly's resume and everything like that? So he was 27-6,
what's that?
one draw with. He was 27-6, one draw with 21 KOs.
No, not
I just wanted.
Steve. No. Steve Watt, who was passed away. Steve Watt, who passed away.
Yeah, I know,
Rocky
but I was
Kelly
looking.
was
Was the guy who unfortunately beat him? The reason why I wanted to look at Rocky Kelly's record, I wanted to see if he was a puncher, and he sure was.
But he
He
had
can punch a bit
yeah, he can
too.
punch a bit. I remember yeah, Kirkland Lang beat him up. I remember Kirkland Lang beat him up.
21
You know what I
knockouts.
mean? Who else? Costas Petru. Costas Petru stopped him as well. I remember them. I probably still got them on VHS. Them fights, man. But he was a tough guy. He was one of them hard nuts, man. He was one of them London hard nuts. You know what I mean, West London hard nut. Although you know what I mean,
They say he's from the Merseyside. He's from
yeah,
Liverpool originally, but
yeah. I remember that, man.
he moved to Acton.
Yeah, man. Boxing is a.
Oh, Tony's
It,
saying Rocky is a nice fella. That fight. Sorry, guys. Tony's saying Rocky is a nice fella. That fight affected him. Okay, I think Tony might actually know him, living the same ends. Yeah, that was a big well, in the boxing community, it was a big controversy when Steve passed away. You know what I mean? Like, man lost his life in the ring. Apparently, it was a really tough fight. Really tough fight.
That's what happens,
I mean,
man.
but
Sometimes when
Rocky Kelly was always in them attritional battles, man. He was always in them. Like when he fought Costas Petru, the Greek tank, that was a tough fight, bro. But the Greek tank ground him down. Tough fights. Tough fights.
some people you have to understand they're hard nuts. So if you are a good boxer, you just box him, you keep him at a distance, you walk him onto shots because if you have to fight their fight, you don't have the the repetitions of fighting that type of fight, that type of attritional warfare. And if you get grinded out, you might get taken out forever. And sometimes it's just like this. When you put two explosive punchers in the ring, sometimes it leads to calamity. I can just say these two names: Nigel Benn, Gerald McClellan. We all know what happened there. That's just sometimes that's what happened. Hakeem, yes, I am Haitian on both
man,
sides.
I was watching. I rewatched that fight periodically. Cause boy, I don't. He knocked Nigel. He knocked Nigel Ben out the ring. Oh my God, that was a
That,
gruesome. That was a gruesome fight.
that
It
was a
was a
grueling fight.
gruesome fight.
I can't say it's gruesome.
Mm,
A
mm,
gruesome fight would
mm,
be like for me would be Floyd Mayweather, uh, Arturo Gotti. That's a gruesome fight.
bro.
That's a grueling fight that just ended in a tragedy for me.
Yeah, but they were throwing some heavy letters. They were throwing some
They were
heavy
trying to
leather.
kill each. They tried to kill each other in that ring. That was cockfighting. That was if you could call it. You could, yeah, that was cockfighting. That was what that was. That wasn't a boxing match. That was cockfighting.
Who are we talking about?
Nigel Benn, Gerald
Ben,
McClellan. That was huge. That was shoot.
Oh,
That was cockfighting, bro. For real. That was
that was a
vicious. It- that was a very, very dark atmosphere for a fight. Like Nigel Benn's music was very dark and ominous, similar and very reminiscent to Mike Tyson. It was just a very dark
just just
atmosphere.
just Big Ben, just Big Ben ringing.
Boom, boom. I say, damn. Like everyone who recounts that time says it was a dark time. It's coming up 30 years since that fight happened. Where does the time go?
And
30 years ago, Ben McClellan.
2 years old. Oh, 2 years old. Imagine you see how boxing is. Like I was 2 years old when that fight happened, but I know about that fight. You know, just
I was born the next year. I was born the next year, man. My brother was born in June of '95, so my God, that was a vicious fight, man. Watching the highlights and that last right hand, Jared McClellan threw to knock Nigel Benn through the ropes. Anybody who is not of a certain type of caliber or man gets knocked out cold. For
yeah,
Nigel Benn to get a, but mind you, people fail to realize Nigel Benn was fighting back since the first round. Everybody talks about the second round of that fight in going forward. Nigel Benn was fighting since the first round. Like people fail to realize, Ben from round one to the fight ended, he fought that man. He
yeah.
fought that man because he had to.
Had to fight him because
Beats.
there
I
are
gotta ask.
heavy,
I
heavy.
gotta
Go ahead.
you like you were saying they were leaning heavy leather. I was gonna ask Beats this. Beats. 30 years of Ben McClellan. What's your lasting impression about that fight?
Ben McClellan. Um, him blinking when he kept when the way he was blinking, and he see the thing is, yeah, that was carryover from the Julian Jackson fight. He was blinking in that fight, but he won that fight. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Blinking. He got hit with some hard shots, man. You know what I mean?
Didn't it? Would you mean? Don't you mean that was like 2 years prior because he beat
Yeah,
Jackson in
he was
'93.
blinking, man. He was blinking. First fight, he was blinking.
and Jackson
Got hit
hit
with some hard shots.
Jackson. Jackson hit hard. So
Oh, yeah.
Jackson
Oh,
didn't. Jackson didn't hit hard. He hit like a freight train thrown at your face. Like if a bowling ball was thrown at your face, that's what you would think Julian Jackson hit like hard. Sometimes hard these adjectives to describe something just don't cut it because when you hit Terry Norris and he looks like you turned off a light switch in his head and he just falls down, he falls out like that. When you hit Harold Graham with a right hand and he looks like he gets shot, that's not hard. That's inhumanly like that's inhuman power. Like human beings hit that hard. Like
so he,
When Nigel
Ben
Ben,
had a lot. See, what people don't realize, Ben had a lot of wars. So by the time he fought McClellan, he was ready. The Anthony Logan fight, the Jamaican brother, like that ain't
yep,
even too. He nearly knocked Ben out, man. He had Ben on the floor. So somehow Ben landed that
left hook.
punch, that big huge punch. Was it? Yeah, left hook. Yeah,
mm,
yeah. and took him
And
out.
he took him right out too. He took him right out. One thing about that Bayesian dude Ben, man, he can punch like no other. But one thing about Ben, I was watching Peter De Freitas interview, and I think he was a manager and he was a fight and he was one of the trainers of Nigel Ben in his post Ambrose Mendy's days, right? He said since the Lou Jet fight, he had a blood clot on the brain or a brain shadow. So since that time in 1993, he had to get a brain scan done on his head every time. He had to make sure from those fights subsequently after he had to get a brain scan because they found there was a little slight bleed on the brain. You got to remember, Nigel Benn only fought 9 years professionally from 1987 to 1996.
Mm, yeah,
So within,
right.
so
A
what?
lot of
Yeah,
that. And that first that first senior fight, Eubank fight, that was another one. See, he had a lot of wars, man. That was another war
no,
right
no.
there.
Think about it like this. You got to remember why was Senior able to target Nigel Benn's eye? The Michael Watson fight. People fail to realize Michael Watson really messed up Ben in this sense. He made his eye a target. People fail to realize Ben really took a lot of punishment in that fight too. And Michael Watson was a big puncher, a very big puncher, man. He could punch.
Well, he was more a boxer than a big puncher, but he hard enough that you didn't want to drop your guard against him. More than hard enough.
No, yeah, man. You got to remember, but you got to look at it like this. Look at Nigel Benn's face after the Michael Watson fight. Because prior to the knockdown, Nigel Benn got hit with a right hand and he turned his back. They should have stopped the fight prior to him even getting knocked down. Because all I can say is this: Michael Watson was hitting him with some shit.
Yeah, man. That was a good little British trio right there.
Yeah, man. But I say this for Michael Watson. Like I'm gonna bring up another fighter, like Benny Paret. Emil Griffith didn't kill Benny Paret. You know who killed him? It was Gene Fullmer. Gene Fullmer was the person that gave him that injury that he carried into the Emil Griffith fight, and Emil Griffith just finished him off. I know 20 punches unanswered isn't cool, but he finished him off. Like Michael Watson, I think was injured since the Mike McCallum fight. And you can't just get a in between soft touch like Craig Trotter, and you think you're going to be fully recovered. I think the Mike McCallum fight, he was carrying an injury, but
It's
people didn't detect it.
it's dangerous, man.
It's like they were saying with Steve Watt there, innit? Like he carried a previous injury, and Rocky Kelly, that's when it really manifested in that fight there. You know what I mean? I think a lot of
Yeah,
fighters do that.
Yeah, I
See,
perfect.
feel
like
Another Rod
he was the
Douglas,
guy that
Rod Douglas
he was the
versus
guy
Harold
who
Graham. He got
no.
Rod Douglas. You remember he was in a car accident prior to fighting Harold Graham. Harold Graham beats him up. His career's over because he has a blood clot in the brain.
mm,
Yeah. But he recovered pretty well. He recovered pretty well.
Very much so. Yeah, he did. I remember him on ES News, and he was training. He was training. He looked very good. Rod Douglas, another good fighter, man. But like you said, when matching your prospects go wrong, you don't match your prospect for Harold Graham. Like if elite level fighters didn't really like fighting Harold Graham, why would your prospect do? Like no.
Man, yeah, man. It was a good night's boxing. I don't think there's no more boxing on for the evening. I don't think there's
Yeah,
no more.
man. Yeah, man.
no more. Ready for next week though. Next week is a busy week of boxing. We got
Yeah,
Keyshawn Davis on the Friday.
Oh, he takes
Then
on
you got two
Dennis
fights.
Berinchick. Yeah.
Yeah, you got Derek Branchick, and then you got two fights on the 15 Golden Boy show and the Matchroom show. So that's an all day boxing right there. Plus, I think there's another show on the 15th that I'm not.
Yeah. I haven't got the schedule.
Yeah, next week is it's a busy week. I'm gonna be right here for it.
All right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Good talking to you, Uncle Beats, man.
All right, Chris.
Peace.
Right. Just trying to remember. Did Max Baer go to prison, or did he go court when he killed Frankie Campbell in the ring? I'm not sure. Was it? I think it was the guy who Primo Canero. The guy who lost his life when he fought Primo Canero. He carried an injury in the ring from an earlier fight. I'm not sure if it was Max Baer. I can't remember now. Yeah. Campbell hit Baer in the second round, who slipped and fell to the canvas. Baer got up, landed a right to Campbell's head, knocking him down again. Campbell said to his trainer, "Something feels like it snapped in my head." Campbell won the third and fourth rounds. In the fifth, Baer landed a series of punches on Campbell, who was against the ropes. Referee Toby Irwin stopped the fight. Campbell collapsed to the canvas and was taken to the hospital. Doctors discovered that Campbell's brain had been knocked loose from the connective tissue in his head. Lord have mercy, bro. Tilly Kid Herman, Baer's former friend and trainer, who switched camps and became Campbell's trainer for the match. Okay. Did he go court for that, though? Taken to court. Yeah, man. Yeah, we all know it's a dangerous sport, man. We know it's a very dangerous sport. I'm sure he went to court, man. Was it Ernie Schaff who Primo Canero fought? Yeah, he was charged with manslaughter. He was acquitted on all charges, but was banned from boxing in California for a year. Wow. Yeah, he was charged for manslaughter, man. Let me see. Ernie Schaff. I believe his name was. Let me just put that in. Ernie Schaff, 2 A's, yeah. Ernie Schaff, 6 months later, fought a huge. Who did he have the first fight with then? I don't want to use. Can't stand Wikipedia. Always begging for money, man. All right, so Primo Canero, 250 pounds, beat Ernie Schaff, 207 pounds by knockout. 51 seconds into the 13th round. Was this for the world title? 15 rounder. Ernie Chef suffers intracranial hemorrhage and his left side becomes paralyzed. He underwent an operation to remove a blood clot from his brain and relieve pressure. He died on the 14th at the Polyclinic Hospital. I'm trying to look at the previous bout. Let me go to his record. Go to his box record. That might tell me a bit more. See, them days there, man, they had no CT scans. You know what I mean? None of that, man. Primo Canelo. Yeah, are they saying, well, he fought Max Bear a few fights before. He lost the majority decision. The bell deprived. Okay, right. I think they're saying he was because the bell deprived Bear of a knockout victory. 2 seconds before the fight ended, Schaff was knocked flat on his face, completely knocked out. He was dragged to his corner because that's what they used to do back then. They used to drag the boxers back to their corner, and his seconds worked on him for 3 minutes, restoring him to his senses. Right. And basically, they're saying he was never the same. He had a split decision loss to unknown Winston, whoever that is. Then he knocked out Winston in his next fight. Then he TKO'd Stanley Pareda. Then he went into the Primo Canero fight. Let me see. Ernie Chef. You guys are interested in some like historical. It's not directly connected to boxing. Like Joe Stunner, he done a video with the Earl Lord Lonsdale and his son. He was actually involved with Oscar Wilde in, you know what I mean, an affair. It's quite a deep story, man. Quite a deep story. You know what I mean? Really good video, actually. Learned a lot. Learned quite a lot. Joe Stunner boxing. Ernie Chef versus, what's his name? Not Primo, Max Bear. Yeah, suffered a severe beating and complained of headaches after the fight. And some believed he suffered brain damage. Not far of a stretch, is it? Them days were brutal, man. Imagine how brutal boxing was them days. You know what I mean? Schaff died shortly after the second fight. Did he have 2 fights with Max Bear? Wow. I don't see why Chris Dixon just doesn't do a documentary of the book he did. That would be a great documentary. You know what I mean, if he done a documentary of that. I want to do one. I just don't think I've got the stomach to do it, though. I mean, but, so it's just a tough documentary to do. Very tough documentary. Yeah, Derek, man. One more to go. Imagine if it was AJ. That would be okay. I mean, they could still be friends after. Like, Derek will get a nice bag. You know what I'm saying? It'll be respectful. They'll be respectful. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's got to be done. All right, so that's Max Bear. 1932 he fought Max. Is there another fight with Max? You see, the top. He fought Tony Two Gun Galento, the pot belly guy, trained on spaghetti and beer. Galento floored Joe Louis with that short punch, man. He got beat. Joe beat the crap out of him after that. Wow. These boxers had tough careers, man. Very tough careers. I mean, in saying all that, man, in 69 fights, Ernie Schaff was only stopped once by Primo Carnero in his last fight. He was durable. You know, it was tough. He was really tough. Let me catch up with the chat and see what they're talking about. Catch up with you guys. Big up One Punch KO. Big up Chris Mateus, man. Yeah, it's good talking, brother. Hakeem, he's a United fan. I don't support Tottenham. I'm from Manchester. I don't want to talk about football. We play crap right now. Liverpool stuffed us 4-0. I don't want to talk no football. I ain't talking no football. PSK, you reckon Rashford's going to bag tomorrow? Rashford signed for a new club, innit? And left United. Yeah, man. Big up. Hey, you mean like it was a 12 rounder, man? Like flipping, you know. Like Wallin had to endure some licks in there, man. He had to endure some licks because Derek was like just throwing them hard left hooks. He was just coming in rights over the top. You know what I mean? And Wallin only has a pea shooter, man. Like, but hey, listen, he hurt Tyson Fury. He hurt Tyson Fury with them punches, bro. He hurt him. Up his face and hurt him. Yeah, he did. MC Shad. Oh, there's a Pro Box card. What, tonight? Bacoli. Martin Bacoli. No, don't give Derek Bacoli. Well, he might beat him, man. I'll tell you what, Derek's a lot tougher than Jared Anderson. Oh, he's signed with Villa, yeah? Marcus. Ishmael. Wallin has no heart. He's got heart. He's got heart. He's just not as aggressive as other boxers are. He's got heart. Or if he didn't have heart, like, he wouldn't have got up from 2 knockdowns, man. He didn't fight with, he hasn't got the same fire. He hasn't got the same intensity about his work. He'd like to have it, but some people just don't have it. It's just not there for some boxers. While others like Derek, they have it in abundance. That's why Anthony said, give me one of his physical attributes and he'll knock Derek Chisora out. That's why Anthony said that. You know? That's crazy, man. Cardenas versus Acosta. Pro Box. I don't know, none of them. All right, Derek reveals plans for a 50th fight after beating Otto Wallin. Look at his face. His face is beaten up. So even though, I mean, soundly, I mean, one of the scorecards, he took, I mean, fair share of punishment, man. Took his fair share of punishment. He even said it was a tough fight. There's Otto saying, I tried. Left devastated after loss to Derek Chisora in Manchester. Wow. And Derek got the 5 guys after. Yeah, look, Derek bruised up, bro. Derek more bruised up than Otto. More bruised up than Otto, man. Anthony Yard pleads for Derek Chisora to retire post-fight. Man, worry about your career. Derek's all right, bro. Worry about your career. Derek's all right. Derek's all right, bro. Worry about your career, man. You know what I mean? Worry about, you mean, leaning off and being consistent. I mean, Derek's 40. He's still more active than Anthony Yard. You need to worry about. Some people need to get some perspective on it. You need to get more active. You need to get more active. You know what I mean? Joe Joyce and Dillian share awkward exchange after Derek Chisora win. Frank's first card, yeah? Wow. Canelo versus William Skull is official in May. That's for undisputed. William Skull's the IBF title. Like I said, Skull don't throw a lot of punches. He don't punch that hard, but his counter punching skills is going to make the early rounds look interesting. That's what I believe. Early rounds will be interesting. Then after that, Canelo, you know what I mean, will whack him up to the body, punch him up in his arms and stuff like that. And I won't be surprised if Skull just folds. But we'll see. We'll see. You know what I mean? David Price says the AJ fight makes sense. Instant reaction to Derek Chisora beating Otto Wallin. Yeah. Toad says y'all needs to retire. He might as well. Like, I don't understand Tunde sometimes, man. You know what I mean? Don't understand them. Ismail, do you think the ring size played a factor in this fight? Well, you see, the thing is, Derek was the A side, so it was something that he demanded, and Wallin, you know, what it is. Yeah, it played a factor. Yeah, it definitely played a factor. Of course it does. Yeah, of course it does. Derek don't want to be chasing him all around the place. It was a small ring. They said, yeah, Derek asked for a smaller ring. No, I'm blaming. PSK says Skull or Charlo. No, Turkey has already decided it's going to be Skull. Turkey decided his next fight. It's been organized already. His next fight is going to be against William Skull. Charlo's going to go looking for that Caleb Plant fight. And then it's Bud in September. That's the schedule anyway. Yeah, man. Good one. Let me catch up to Twitter. What's the word? What's the word in Twitter? Yeah, that Zach Parker fight was dodgy, man. The referee's officiating was dodgy. Let's see who they reply to. Frank, 49 fights are still not finished. Who would you like to see next? All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look, Frank, at the replies, yeah? Let's have a look. William Skull said it's an honor to step in the ring on May the 3rd. Canelo is a legend, but I'll be ready and win the world titles for all the Cuban people. Wow. That'd be a huge upset if he pulls that off, man. Right. Somebody said Francis Ngannou in Africa. Dubois or AJ would get him killed. I do not want to see the legend guy like that. Boxing fight zone said AJ would be perfect. So Jake Paul is ready. Jake Paul can't fight no Derek Chisora. Another one says AJ. Another one says Joshua. The judge that scored it 140, 112. Dillian White, get the trilogy, says one. Yeah. AJ, give Dilboy the last big payday. Preferably one of the three mentioned. Joshua in Africa. Why do people like, man, this fight in Africa, like, there ain't been no big fights like people going over to Africa for a long time, man. I mean, it depends, like, what part are you talking about? Yeah, a lot of people are calling for the Joshua fight. They're saying Pulev for the regular championship. That'd be a good fight, you know. That'd be a trilogy. They're one apiece, actually. Yeah. Dillian White trilogy. You know, it makes sense. A lot of people weren't impressed with Paul Dempsey's commentary. They're saying that he's took too many blows. Yeah, his face looked a mess post-fight, didn't it? It looked a mess. Someone said you're covering his care bills in the future to Frank Warren. Someone said Keir Starmer, put him in with Keir Starmer. The Prime Minister, you know. Usyk or White trilogy. Someone said it has to be AJ. AJ Wilder in Ghana in Africa. Let him bask in his glory first, Frank. Then he'd like to see me with Wilder. That'd be a good fight, actually. The Wilder fight would be good. They're saying it's got to be AJ. Tyson Fury. We need a fourth fight. Daddy Dubois. Wow. Jake Paul. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, none of us deserve that base. You know what I mean? Like when I saw Jack Lipson up his quarterback, I'm like, Lord, have mercy. I mean, jeez, Lord, jeez, whoa, what's going on there? What's going on? PSK Dempsey did compare Chisora's punch power to Ernie Shavers on commentary. Yeah, I saw that. Tom says Derek been fighting with his face for years. He's as tough as old boots. Hey, listen, here's how I see it, yeah. If you can't pass the medicals, then at least Marcus of Queensbury, British Boxing Board, control boxing, you're done. If you can't pass the medicals, you're done. As far as I'm concerned. Yeah, then, yeah. But, you know, Del Boy, He wants to have his 50th. I think PSK, let him and David Hay. Oh yeah, David was talking about having a comeback, wasn't he? PSK. Yeah, he was. He was actually. Yeah, well, him and AJ are boys as well, Hakeem. So I mean, if you could, yeah, that shouldn't make much difference. Wow. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like. Yeah, Rocky was a bit of a tearaway, ain't it? In his day, I think, Tom. Yeah. When he bit Paul Butlin. I remember that, Tom. Bit Paul Butlin. Yeah. And he kissed. Remember Derek had done some dodgy stuff too. Remember who's the guy he kissed on the lips at the time? Oh man. Derek kissed the guy full on the lips. What's going on, Derek? Wow. Hakeem, can't believe Andrade ducked Parker. Imagine that, Hakeem. That's when his career petered out. When Demetrius ducked Zach Parker, oh man, was it Johnny Beck first? He ducked Johnny Beck for the one. He gave up the 160 belt rather than fighting Johnny Beck, his WBO strap, and then he had. And his, you know what the crazy thing was, right? With Zach Parker and Andrade, the first purse bid, right, for that vacant. Was it for the? Yeah, it was. Let me see. Zachary Parker, Scotsman. Yeah, Daryl Williams, man, got robbed against Parker that day, man. There's Zach. Right. It's kind of lucky to get a win tonight, you know. He really was. So So what happened to his WBO shot then? He fought John Ryder for the WBO. Yeah. Vacant interim. And John Ryder stopped him. You know what was like really troubling, right? Is the first purse bid was between Matchroom and Queensbury. So Eddie put up a decent number for the fight, and Frank won the purse bid. And Demetrius stood to make over $1 million. And then he pulled out like a nut job, then decided he wanted to take the fight, and there was another purse bid. But this time, Demetrius had left Matchroom. So Frank basically had no one to compete with him with the bid. So Frank put the minimum bid that he could put in. Frank put a couple of pounds in the piggy bank, right? I think Demetrius gonna get about £5, right? 5 English pounds for the fight, right? And he had to withdraw because it was the first purse bid was a nice bid. It was a nice purse, right? And it's obvious what Frank done, yeah, because Demetrius would get 75% of the split because he was ahead of Zach Parker in the rankings, yeah? But what Frank did, he made this real low bid. So let's say Demetrius was going to get 50 pounds, Zach Parker would get 10. But Zach wouldn't get 10 because he signed to Frank. So all Frank would do is says, okay, on paper, you get 10 pounds, but I'll make sure you get 30, right? Backhand. That's what he would have done. He would have give Parker 30 just to keep the bid down. Yeah, and after that, Demetrius's career never recovered. Just never recovered, man. You know what I mean? Never recovered. Horrible, horrible decisions. Tone said, I saw Rocky lashed out of his skull near Fulham Broadway about a week before he fought Kirkland. I'm talking paralytic. That what fight ruined him. Beats. He wasn't that skilled, but had bags of heart. He was a tough guy, and he had strong legs and stuff. Yeah. He had bags of heart. Rocky Kelly, man. Wow, he was drunk before the Kirkland fight, yeah? That was on BBC, I believe, yeah. Yeah, the what fight ruined him. Wow, I didn't realize it went down that bad, you know. I didn't realize it went down that bad, Tom. But you see, that's the effect that these incidents have on the boxers, man. You know what I mean? That's the effects they have. There's no comeback off them. Wow. A week before the fight, Kirkland beat him up bad, man. I remember he landed that right hand over the top, and Kelly's legs did that dance. Hakeem, do you remember around that time Beats Andrade made a drunk high video calling out Eubank Jr.? That was just crazy. That was crazy. He was drunk. He was clearly drunk. It's just crazy, man. Wow. Hard game, man. Andrade's career petered out bad, man. Nothing to base it. He didn't deserve to see that. Like, what you Jack Rafferty? Oh, dear. You that Jack. I mean, Jack, that's a. Right, I was replying to base. Right. Maybe I'll get a bloody new laptop. I'm sorry. I'll keep sticking when I'm typing. I've had this laptop for 9 years, bro. And now I got nowhere. 9-year laptop, you know. You hear me? Yeah, man. Maybe I should just get it. It's an expensive one. It's a really expensive one. That's why I haven't got rid of it. You know what I mean? Oh, dear. Yeah, I had a feeling that Nathan Heaney was going to get beat up, you know. I didn't post it up on social media or anything, but I had a fit because I look at his stance and obviously he's gonna get hit. And you know when everyone gets hit, but like Nathan just looks because he either leans into the shots or he stands very upright. That old fashioned British boxing stance, just way too upright, man. Hmm. Peter Fury said he's a terrified boxer, no heart for it. Wow. No heart for it. That's hard, Pete. Some people might say that about Huey, though, isn't it? When he fought Josie Parker. Dio Binuni said, I never rated Heaney. Whenever I saw him, I don't know how Bentley lost to him. Yeah, man, like, Tom said, Beats getting his money's worth out of the laptop. What I mean? Yeah, you're damn right. Getting my money's worth, bro. Yeah. See, the thing is, I see them selling them book sort of laptops. They're not good. I don't like them. I don't like them. It's a funny old game, Tom. You know what I mean? Because Fahini looks over and Bentley is back on track. Yeah. Copping 09. Happy that Charles Martin has decent time to prepare for Moses and said he's been inactive. Oh, he had a knockout win this year. But I don't think, I'm not sure if they're fighting though. I think Frank said he was open to the fight. It's a very good fight for Moses. That's the right direction. There's people saying it's a pointless fight. Okay, it's pointless fighting a former world champion who's had 3 times the amount of fights that you've had. 27 stoppages in 30 fights. Come on, man. They're acting like Moses is a seasoned flipping pro. He's had 11 fights, 9 stoppages. It's a perfectly good fight. That's a very good fight. Very, very, very good fight for my guy. Very good fight. I would argue that he's probably not pushing him too far, but bloody hell. Hey, you got to be pretty advanced to be fighting Charles Martin in your 11th. In my opinion. Wow. Oh, Roberto Duran was in Manchester today. Well, yeah, bloody hell. We've seen Duran everywhere, man, recently. Big up Duran. Big up Roberto Duran. That was one of the best things about 80s boxing is watching Duran, man. Watching Roberto Duran. It's a dread fire, man. I'll never forget that time when he knocked down Barkley and landed a 5-punch combination. Like he timed Barkley with that right hand, man. He timed it to perfection. Then the combination came and he dropped him. And he outpointed Barkley, took that title, man. Big upset. There's a lightweight, yeah? A lightweight. He won lightweight. I think he skipped junior welter. He won a welterweight title from Ray Leonard. He won a 154-pound title from Davey Moore. 160-pound title from Iran Barkley. Yeah. He had a crazy knockout percentage at 135. Undisputed champion, not no baby belt holder, undisputed. Duran was a bad, he was flipping. He was a terrorist, bro. He was a terrorist. Yeah, he got sparked out by Tommy Hearns in 2. Today they'll be saying he's finished. It's over. He's crap. Yeah. Diobby Nooney says, AJ dealt with Martin when he was pretty much just out of prospect stages. Yeah, he was. Yes. Was that before Nigel Benn beat Barkley? Yeah. That was before. That was before, I believe. Yes, indeed. It was before. That was shortly after Barkley knocked out Tommy Hearns for the belt, man. He knocked out Tommy. He was behind on points. He was bleeding all over the place. And then he caught Tommy with that sweeping left hook. I'll never forget that night, man. Like, see them days, like, we used to have a full flipping house for them boxing events. A full house, bro. A full house. What, when Hearns, Hagler, Tyson, Leonard, full house. Full house, bro. But man, Barkley caught, like, he was bleeding all up. Tommy was lining him up with them body shots and them right crosses, this motherfucker said, the body shots didn't hurt me. I said, you what? He said they didn't hurt me. Barkley was like nails, bro. Barkley was in the best fights. Iron Barkley was always in the best of the best fights. Always. All you got to do is go and watch the fight with Hagler's brother he had. And he lost it to Sims. Robbie Sims and Iran Barkley. The fight with Duran was crazy. I tell you what, the first one, he knocked Tommy out. The second, Tommy Hearns and Barkley fight a light heavy. They destroyed each other. Neither of them were the same after that. Neither of them. Destroyed each other. Crazy fight, man. Destroyed each other. Wow. Iran fought all the way up to heavyweight. Do you realize that? Fought all the way up to heavy. The reason the Ben fight took place in America, because Ben was defending his WBO title. It's like Barkley, he probably wouldn't have got licensed over here because he was he had a retina. I think he had a detached retina. But Bob managed to keep him busy in America. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's crazy, man. That's crazy. I remember when he fought Michael Nunn. Michael Nunn was like probably pound for pound best fighter in the sport at the time, man. And he had the IBF title. And I remember telling people online, I was saying, I don't think they saw it. I said, yeah, do you know Barkley probably beat Michael Nunn that night? And they didn't believe me. They watched it back themselves. It was a majority decision, man. Barkley gave Michael Nunn all the issues he needed. All the issues. Barkley, see, like, Barkley was just a bad man. 3-weight world champion, mate. 3-weight, middleweight, super middleweight, beat Darren Van Horn. yeah, for the super middleweight title. Brock him up, and Van Horn was unbeaten. He did Brock up Van Horn, bro. He took the light heavyweight title of Tommy, man. That was crazy. Yeah, man. Van Horn wasn't unbeaten, actually. He wasn't unbeaten. But he was favored to beat Barkley. Barkley. You know what Barkley said? When they made him an underdog against Van Horn, he said, if I can't beat this guy, I'll retire. I will retire. And he just beat the crap out of him. Hakeem says Barkley's nephew is playing in the Super Bowl tomorrow. Wow. You know, Barkley's sister, Yvonne, she used to box. She was one of the, like, I don't want to say pioneer, but she's one of the few good boxers of her time. She was really good, actually. She was really good. Yeah. Barkley talks about his sister. Yeah, his sister was a really good boxer, bro. Good fighter. Yeah. Jared is back next week. Who's he fighting? Jared Anderson is back? I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about that. Jared Anderson. Eh? Marius Calais at the MSG? What card is this then? Oh, on the Berenchik Keyshawn. I keep forgetting, man. Berenchik versus Keyshawn Davis. Hey, everyone thinks Keyshawn is just going to brush Berenchik. I mean, hey, it might be a tougher fight than what people think, man. He's Ukraine's. You know what I mean? He's 19-0. Keyshawn is 12-0. You ain't just going to hand him the belt. All right, so, all right, Jared is back against Marius Colias. I recognize his face, Marius, actually. Been stopped once, lost 3 times, 12 wins. How much knockouts? 10 knockouts. He won his last fight in the first round. Okay, he's on a, I mean, he's got a little decent run going. Hasn't been stopped for a long time, since his debut, actually. So, I don't know anyone he's fought, really. It must be someone who I recognize, surely. Yeah. I'm drawing blanks. Well, we'll see how he looks, innit? We'll see how he looks next week. There was one particular knockdown from Bacoli. It was that left uppercut, man. I think it was the last one. That left uppercut was crazy. Because they had a lot of disguise on it, man. When's the Super Bowl? Oh, it's the Super Bowl tomorrow, yeah? So what's the Super Bowl party like that? What's the food of choice? Pizza? Pizza? Wings? Buffalo wings and them thing there? I'll do the buffalo wings with you. With some hot sauce. I mean, what kind? You guys got different hot sauce, man. I do the Encona. You know what I mean? Traditional Caribbean hot sauce Encona, bro. Encona. Mm. William Skull. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Skull cannot be overlooked. See, the thing is, man, Skull's got good counter-punching skills, man. He can make Canelo look pedestrian for a few rounds. It's maintaining it. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Once Canelo, starts getting his jab off and working the body. All right, so Canelo's fighting in Riyadh next, bro. In Riyadh. The Crawford fight will be in America. What's Derek doing? Derek's a nutter. Derek's just mad, bro. John Connie, not Cooney, John Connie passes away a week after his fight. And he was supposed to be a decent fighter, yeah? I saw bits of the fight. It's a crazy sport, man. Ain't no easy rides in the sport, bro. That's why I don't really have a go at Jake Paul. Because, he's still, yeah, okay, he's not fighting no killers, but wow. PSK, there's mad stats about how much chicken and beer is sold on Super Bowl day. I can imagine, bro. CJ Rich, barbecue tri-tip. Yeah. Felix Sturm is fighting next week. Serious got banned? Yeah, it's a good fight, Diobinoli. Baranchik is a lot better than... I tell you what, Baranchik, in my opinion, put up a really good performance against Navarrete. I tell you that now. Tone said, halftime show, Kendrick gonna rub it in. Is he performing? CJ Rich burgers, jalapeno peppers, Wow. I had jalapenos on my fish today, on my mackerel. Jalapenos and some cocoyam on breadfruit. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. You know how much that food cost me, right? The breadfruit, right? It was half a breadfruit. Cost me $7.50. Yeah. And the cocoyams. How much do the cocoyams cost? That's £6 for 4, man. That's £6 for 4. You see, buying Caribbean food in London, flipping. Diobinuni doesn't get Kendrick. Yeah, I just. And the thing is, I can't say anything around the people who I know like him, because I just look like an old hater, innit? And I don't hate him. I actually think he's okay. They love Kendrick. They love him, Tom. Tom says, can't say I'm a fan, to be honest. The kids love him. They love him, man. Like that Ain't Like Us song. Like, flipping out. Not Like Us. Whoa. What does he mean? Is that an FBA song? I don't know. Is that a pro FBA song or something? Not that I've got anything against it if it is. Not Like Us. Yeah. We'll see who number 50 is though. Diobby Dooley says he's gash. Okay, CJ Rich. He said I'm 40. He's legit. Yeah, he's got one of the worst MC voices. Got one of the worst MC voices. I definitely agree with that. Tom said a lot of bozos have appropriated that song because I don't think he made it for that purpose, but I think they've CJ Rich said it is an FBA song. Laughing out loud. Glad you got the subtext. Oh gosh. I mean, Kendrick, not like us. Wow. He's the dude right now. Kendrick can't do no wrong. Kendrick can't do no wrong, man. Irv Gotti passed away, 2 strokes, 54 years of age. Tell you what, man. Put down them drugs, Irv, man. I mean, I don't know, Irv doing all them drugs. Doing all them drugs, man. Me personally, can't be doing all them drugs, bro. Used to do a little GRASS back in the day. You know what I mean? But no, I couldn't be doing all that. All right, people. Should I jump off? Or PSK think he was diabetic? Yeah, he was diabetic, yeah. PSK, Kanye moving mad as well, even more. Kanye, is it ever since his mum passed? Because even the music's changed. When his mum was around, he was making them soulful joints, and then the music changed after his mum passed away. I'll tell you what, man, like, when you lose someone that close to you, man, I mean, it can do strange things to your brain, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It can do strange things to your brain. A lot of people say it was after his mum passed away, he changed, you know. Yeah. After his mum passed away. He used to make some serious music, bro. Not all of them, the songs were bangers, but there were some songs in particular, they just stood out their own, man. One of my favorites was When It All Falls Down. That was a serious song, bro. And like the length it'd go to finish a song. I think, was there sample issues with the hook on that one? And I think, did he get the girl to sing it? Because was that a Lauryn Hill sample original? I can't remember. Because his music was heavily sample based. The prime Kanye was very heavily sample based. Like he used is it Lenny Williams with the Twister song? I'm sure it was Lenny Williams. And then yeah, that's it. Selena Johnson was the female vocalist in All Falls Down. PSK, Through the Ride was his best album. That album was sick, man. I used to love that album, man. Theo Benuni says, yeah, Kanye ain't got nobody watching over him now. Mm. Right. What was the songs, man? Right, you had Through the Wire was Shaka Khan. Through the Wire, that song was bad. That was Shaka Khan, man. And Overnight Celebrity was I think it was Lenny Williams. Sped up the sample. Let me check. I don't like to get it wrong, you know what I mean? And Tone might cuss me out when I get it wrong, so let me check. One sec. Kanye. Yeah, I think it's Kanye, bro. Yeah, Overnight Celebrity. Overnight Celebrity and Through the Wire. They were some really good songs. You know what it was, right? Because it still had that. It had a bit of a hip hop edge to it. You know what I mean? But they were just like they could just play anywhere in any like commercial or thing. And Kanye was a very good beat maker, man. Very good beat maker. You know what I mean? Lost a couple of our talents. Like Kanye, even though he's still alive, he's a lost talent. And when Jay Dilla was gone, it was just like flipping out. Jay Dilla, flipping out. Wow. Oh, Tony, he wasn't a fan of the Chipmunk vocals, but he had soul. I used to like some of the Chipmunk vocals, depending on how they flip them. You know what I mean? PSK says losing his mum and those Kardashian leeches messed him up. Nah, Kim didn't mess him up. you, one thing you can't blame is her. You know what I mean? One thing you can't blame is her. Even if her body count was a bit dodgy or whatever, like doing celebrities and stuff. CJ Rich Spaceship was the best song on that College Dropout debut album. College Dropout, man. And he also he produced some great stuff for people as well, man. You know what I mean? Him and Just Blaze. Just Blaze is just living off his dough, boy, because he made enough bangers. Just Blaze don't even bother no more, man. Flipping out. He don't even bother no more. Just Blaze. Willie D warns WAC 100, don't play with him or rap a lot mob ties. Hey, leave it alone, WAC. Leave it alone, bro. I mean, you don't want them Houston boys coming after you. I've heard stories, which I'll not repeat. You don't want to go there with it, bro. You don't want to go there with it. You don't want to go there with it, bro. CJ Rich, how many Brits carry a knife? A little too many, my friend. A little too many. Tone said fame, money, and power sent him. Knife crime is serious out here, bro. Knife crime is serious out here. Since I was a boy. I don't want to brag, but I've fought people who've had knives. I've had a couple of fights. I'm still here. That's all I can say. I'm still here. Not proud, but it's just where I grew up. Knife crime is a serious thing, bro. It's a serious thing out in Britain. You know, when I grew up, when I used to walk out the front door, all I used to think about is, are the police going to come mess with me, try and say I did something I didn't, take away my liberty? Or is man and man going to try and wet me in my face every day? Seriously, that was just survival. That was just what it was. Oh, you click the link and it's not going nowhere. I don't know what happened to it. There was a link there. I'm jumping off soon as well. Common's album. Oh, that was a very good. Was the album called B, Freedom Fighter? That album was bad, man. Was there a what was the was it the corner or the block? I think it was the corner. That was bad. It had the chipmunk vocals in it. Tom's favorite, but hey, it was bad though. It was bad. It was bad. Mm-hmm. Common's got an album out now with Pete Rock. I heard him do one song with, was it with Big Daddy Kane? It was all right, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. See with me though, man. See with Big Daddy Kane. I can't really get into Big Daddy Kane rapping on slow songs. I really can't. CJ Rich says the corner with the Lost Poets. Go. Yeah, Go was bad. Go was was the most sophisticated track about a threesome. Yeah, yeah. That was bad. That was bad. You know what it is, yeah, Big Daddy Kane. Even when he made Ain't No Half Stepping, and when I listen to it now, it's not even a slow tempo song, but back then it would have been considered, say, medium to slow tempo. When I first heard Big Daddy Kane, after what was the one? Something funky, or whatever. It was Raw, up tempo, Wrath of Cain, Set It Off. And to me, they're the tunes that encapsulated who he was. And then when he started writing on this, I said, I don't know, it just don't sound as good. You put Kane back in the day on a fast track, on a hard fast track. It's just like, he was just unstoppable. Warm it up, Kane. Warm it up, Kane. Warm it up, Kane. Warm it up, Kane. Unstoppable. But then, you know what I mean, he started to get into that Prince of Darkness thing, you know, that ladies sort of flow, and you know what I mean? It's all right, Kane. It's all right. Yeah, Set It Off was bad, bro. That was the DJ's favorite, innit? Set It Off. The DJs used to love that one, bro. Yeah, man. Set it off. Set it off. Wow, man. He was unstoppable. He was unstoppable, bro. What was the lyrics on Set It Off? I just put them up. Let it roll, get bold, cause I just can't hold back or fold, cause I'm a man with soul, in control and effect of what the heck, rock the discotheque, and this groove is what's next. He was, wow. He was sick, man. He was sick. I hate MCs who don't like rapping. I hate MCs who don't like rapping. Like Lethal. You see, you know what that is? That's so stush. That is so stush. Call yourself an MC or a rapper, and you're in a public situation with a mic in your hand. When all Derek was said, you spit a couple of bars, the beat was on there, and you're just there. Nah, man, too cool for school. Nah, dog. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. MCing is youth culture. But when I say youth culture, that don't mean older people can't do it. MCing is about unbridled passion, not worrying if you fail or stumble. If you stumble up a couple of words, you should be able to freestyle, come back on beat, flip your rhyme, go off the top, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Yo, if you make a mistake, you should be able to recover it and make the rhyme sound even better by improvising. That's MCing, bro. If you can't do that, I ain't interested. You know what I mean? I ain't interested. See, like Lethal B or Skepta, like what was that? You just stood up there. Yeah, we'll have a party after. Man. Not into that, bro. I don't like all that, man. I don't like all that. You see, like, if that was Redman and Derek called him in and the beat came, Redman would have spit. Redman would have spit. He would have spit. Old school dudes, they would have spit bars and entertained the people. Your man just had his 49th last fight in the UK. You couldn't even spit an 8-bar. He went flipping 12 rounds with his face cut up and swell up, and you couldn't even spit flipping 8 bars. I hate modern day MCs, man. No time. I'll be honest with you. I always have to hold it back. I always have to hold it back. Yeah, no, they're okay, man. They're not bad. They're not bad, man. They're not bad. They're garbage, man. Fucking trash. Let's keep it real. They're not entertainers. You're not entertainers, bro. You're not spontaneous. You're not entertainers. Yeah? Like Mad Skills back in the day. He had a recording contract. When he used to come to the UK, just jump in the freestyle cypher with all of us. He didn't care. Yeah. Freedom Fighter, Heavy D and the Boys, Big Daddy Kane, laughing out loud. Senior, Big L, Big Daddy Kane, Primo Platinum Plus. Yeah, I remember that song. I see Big L just before he passed away, man. Perform at Subterranean. That was flipping. That was one of the best. Yeah. Tone said he saw Mad Skills at Subterranean. Yeah, way back. He was just bad. Just bad, man. Bad. Wow, man. Emmanuel said, why couldn't he just give us a pal? And man, like, that's just the image in it, my image in it. What I mean? I don't rap, I just collect money. Yeah. We know you got money. That's not what MCing is about, bro. PSK, modern music isn't all that generally. Youths today call Taylor Swift the GOAT and call MJ overrated madness. Yeah, Mad Skills was bad, bro. Mad Skills was bad. I remember him battling the Berry Crew, bro. What was that again? You got a bit sticky though. Oh man. See, he's an MC. He's an MC, Matt Skills. He's an MC. He's an MC. I don't know what category I put these guys in. You know what I mean? I don't know what category I put it in. October Red got a video with Dylan. Undefeated. So Derek Chisora battered Wallin, man. Those call-out options are a bit mad, though. Fans didn't seem to want any of them. Should have put Dylan or Wilder on there. CJ Rich is familiar with US Hood Cinema. I'm not a big film person like that. What is US Hood Cinema? I haven't got a clue. Freedom Fighter, King's Son, Hum These Nuts 94. I know King's Son. What's it called? Hum These Nuts, yeah? King's Son, you know. Hum These Nuts, yeah? I'm going to look for it. Hum These Nuts. If this computer would bloody ever. Let me just write right. Hum These Nuts. Maybe if I do one of these, my mic will come up. I'm trying to search it with my voice. King's Son, Hum These Nuts. You're not having that. Right. You won't let me write it in. King's Son. But even the topic of the title of this song you give me here. A lot of hip hop is about inviting dudes to your nuts and stuff, in it. Let me hear a bit of it. Not too familiar with this one. I used to like what was the song about being black? When he started taking it to all the fake pro black rappers. That was bad. That was bad, man. That was bad. That was bad. Remember when he dissed Tupac? Yeah, you're going overboard with all that F New York-ish. Try to diss Brooklyn, but the boogie bap to talk shit. Ain't no fun if the doula cat get none. Rising in the east, but I'm about to set it on the west, son. Listen, I ain't even down with who you dissing. As far as I'm concerned, NY been too much ass kissing for the longest. On the live side, I'm a dead it. You ain't a trooper. I know that's all super unleaded gas you inhaled from all your record sales. Because you went to California and blew up, but you fell. Trying to diss the Big Apple, I ain't supposed to want to battle for $1 million raffle. You getting gaffled. Soon as I see you got 1 million. After the battle, I'll be like, oh, what a feeling. He dissed Tupac hard, bro. He dissed Tupac hard. But they tried to play that one down. He got it, Pac. He got it, Tupac. Tone said apparently King's Son and Just Ice used to move together. Trouble in the Dance. Oh yeah, let me just one of them two, yeah, came to England, took the show money from the promoter and didn't show up for the show. Just took the money. Just took the money. Yeah. If you see them in there in the dance, just leave. Just leave. I'll just leave the dance. Like if I was in a dance in the UK and I saw a certain South London man who used to do security for certain hip hop DJs on the radio, I would just leave the dance, bro. I'd just leave. I'm not staying. I'm just gonna leave. I'm giving no sense. I'm just gonna get out of there, bro. You know what I mean? CJ Rich says New York lost that battle, didn't name them names explicitly. Didn't he name Tupac? I think he did name Tupac. He calls out Suge. What was it? Who shot you? No, it wasn't me and my peeps. You took it back. New York, word up like something sweet. Don't fool yourself. This ain't New York undercover. It's real like the history of your father and your mother. I'm saying, think about the shit that you did. Had a shootout in the night, raped the bitch, did a bid. Like you proud of that. The world know it happened. Oh, good. Oh, dude. Boy, them Bronx dudes ain't no joke, you know. Bronx ain't no joke, man. Although Just Ice is Brooklyn. Yeah, just rant with Just Ice, bro. Do not rant with Just Ice. CJ Rich, subliminals. I prefer the full frontal assault. It depends, man. Some subliminals are lethal. Tom said, I saw Just Ice at the Tabernacle on some bully-ish way back, probably around the same time. Yeah. Just a big bully. You know what I mean? Just a big bully, bro. That's when the East Coast was on top, bro. Subliminals. CJ Rich don't like the subliminals. What did Q-Tip say? I don't give a damn about an ill subliminal. Stay away from crime because I'm not no criminal. Yeah, Tim Dog was crazy. Yeah. Where was it? I missed this. You know something? I missed that shot. I was really pissed off, man. My brethren was telling me about it. Tim Dog was performing in London, yeah? And when he was rapping, some dude was looking at him in the crowd. And I don't know if Tim got paranoid. He looked at the guy. Hey, man, hey, stop looking at me like that. And he was walking into the crowd. Security had to step in. Tim Dog was looking to handle this. He was looking to handle it. He's from the Bronx as well. The Bronx, old school Bronx is just like, Tim Dog, yeah. When he made F. Compton, that was crazy, bro. I hear people from the West. Oh, he can't rap, man. He can't rap. No, he's not a technical rapper, but he's just like just bully boy rap. In bully boy rap. Yeah. Cedric said he faked his death. You know why he faked his death? Yeah, because he was on what's the program called? I forgot what the program. I forgot it was. Yeah, man, I forgot what. And he was scamming these women. These women were investing in his supposed album projects, which he was taking all his money from these. He was scamming them out, pretending that he was going to marry them, and it's not even funny, really. It's not funny, you should mean, but that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing, man. I wonder if he's still alive for real. What was the two songs were Step to Me and Fuck Compton. Freedom Fighter Beats. When do you think UK hip hop started to make decent hip hop and rap? Q-Tip. That's Scenario. That's the Scenario song with Busta Rhymes and Leaders of the New. Yeah, it's probably about 91. Some old hip hop. When do I think British rap started to make decent hip hop? Depends what you call decent hip hop. I think okay, you've got, if you do the history, which I'm not very good at doing, you had City Limits. That's the guy from EastEnders, Gary Beadle, his crew. That's when it sounded really American, the British rap. You had, is it Nucleus? They done Electric Co. Is it London Bridge, whatever, on that compilation by, is it Morgan Khan? Probably the Demon Boys. Hijack, London Posse. I like Moni Love though, even though she rapped in the New York accent. Yeah, that's it. Nutriment. That's the group time. Yeah, Nutriment. Yeah, Nutriment. CJ Rich Dizzy didn't do it in the States. Who are we talking about? Dizzy Rascal? That's way after. You know what I mean? I'm going back to the 80s with these crews I'm talking here. 80s and 90s with Cold Sweat and Music of Life, them labels. Before Dizzy Rascal, it was Dizzy Heights, actually. He was one of the first rappers over here. Dizzy Heights. He's on that Dave Allen documentary. The Family Quest. And then after that, you know, it was Cookie Crew, She Rockers, Moni, MC Mello, London Posse, Hijack, like I said. Then it's split. It's split into two kind of different genres, the UK rap. Like you get the Britcore rap, which is a bit more frenetic and fast paced. You know what I mean? Tom said he said the Demons and London Posse UK found their voice. Yeah, they were very pivotal. They were very pivotal. Although I used to like, is it Lonzy D, hip hop reggae? He kind of had that Slick Rick style. He was good, man. He was good. And he had a couple of songs out, but he's overlooked really. I think they thought the hip hop reggae song was gimmicky, but it's a really good song actually. Lonzy D. Who else, man? Silver Bullet. Silver Bullet was good. He was affiliated with the Demon Boys. His songs crossed over, like Bring Forth the Guillotine and 20 Seconds to Comply. That song was bad, bro. 20 Seconds to Comply was bad, bro. I used to love 20 Seconds to Comply. That was Britcore. Tone remembers Longzy D. He remembers Longzy D. You know something, Tone, right? I was in the car boot cell probably about 15 years ago, and I picked up his 12 for like less than flipping a portion of chips, man. It was ridiculously cheap. You know what I mean? Yeah, Longzy D. South Londoners. You had MC Merlin. He had a record deal. Jerome Benjamin. He says, "I'm right over here now." What does that mean exactly? You're right over here now. I don't understand the comment. But you had I used to like MC Mello, man. I used to like MC Mello when he was on Just Bad. The first rhyme he done on Just Bad was bad. He sounded like a Rakim with a British accent. And then he dropped the song. What was it? Open Up Your Mind. That was bad. That was bad. You know what I mean? But there was some talented rappers who they did have American accents, but they were like Outlaw Posse. He was talented, man. He was talented, and even live on stage, he was very good. Bill O.B. and the producer KG, he was really good, man. Like he used to produce for All Saints after the Outlaw Posse. Yeah. You're sure what it was Longzy D's tune? Exactly. I'm not sure. I'm sure that was. What are you talking about, Jerome? Are you Longzy D? Are you Longzy D? Outlaw Posse, Azat and Carl. Yeah, Bello B was good, man. He was talented. I think, but you had the Cash Crew. No, because you're saying you're right over it, so I thought, okay. Cash Crew were good. Cash Crew were pretty good. That's some good songs. MCM Caveman, he weren't bad. He weren't bad. He weren't bad. He weren't bad. One of my favorite songs was from Hard Noise, Britcore. Mice in the Presence of Men. That's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, Gunshot, Hijack. Oh, right over here, maybe. Okay. Oh, that's the name of the song. Okay. Yeah, you could be right, you know. Oh, Tone, he's known as that in Carl since primary school days. Yeah. They were good, man. They were good. They were good. G Street. They were signed to G Street. They were signed to G Street Records. The Britcore was an acquired taste, wasn't it? It was an acquired taste. A lot of people didn't like the Britcore. And then somebody said Kalashnikov. Kalashnikov. What year was Kalashnikov again? That was around millennium, innit? That was around the millennium, man. Kalashnikov. Remember, he had that big beef with Westwood, bro. He had a serious beef with Westwood. He was going hard at Westwood, man. In East London, man. He was a proper East London. He was proper East London. Wow. And let me see. Blade. Remember Blade? Where was Blade from? Iran or something? He was a pretty good MC. Blade was pretty good. Catch 22. Is it Mo Rock and Freshkey? I used to like them. He was kind of like a British Chill Rob G. Oh yeah, I love This Is Scar. This Is Scar. I used to like that. Longzy D. Yeah, I used to like that song. This Is Scar. That was good. That was a good song. Senior Cal Task Force, Jess, Mud Family, Skinny Man, yeah, Hybrid Hoodlums, yeah. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Farmer G. What was the other one again? Carl Hines, Funky DL, yeah. Black Twang, Roots Maneuver, Phoebe One. Yeah, they're all good. That's some good names. Yeah, Black Twang were good. Roots Maneuver was pretty good. What's the lyric he made? After 10 pints of bitter. What did he write? After 10 pints of bitter. Or Witness the Fitness. Yeah. There's been some good British rap. But some people say, oh, it was whack. It's not. Most of it is all down to promotion. Yeah. In France, they were required to play. I can't remember if it was 70 or 80% homegrown artists. Yeah. So their music, Stay On Crew, MC Solar, and the rest of them, they were going platinum and gold out there. They weren't doing that over here. Like Westwood would throw a couple of bones to the UK crew and fit them in amongst all the American stuff. And then when it came popular to play British stuff, he played a whole lot of it. That's in recent years, you know what I mean? Before he got, you know what I mean? Whatever happened to him, yeah. Jest. Yeah, I remember Jest. Jest was quite talented, actually. I remember my friend was trying to convince me, Jess is shit. You know what I'm saying? And then he gave me something. Oh, Jess is quite talented. I mean, he's quite futuristic, actually. He was pretty good. You know. Tone. I thought Skinny Man was good. Yeah, it was Skinny Man. Skinny Man's not good. Skinny Man's like crazy, man. You know what I mean? Good freestyler. Good artist. Good at freestyling. Emmanuel says, you're about to take me down memory lane watching these guys on Channel U. Back then I didn't rate it, but it was actually a golden era for UK. Channel U, what did they call it before that? It was formerly known as Senior Cal, do you remember Phil Life Cypher? Yeah. I actually know them. Well, I know one of them, and I know the producer. I know Life. Me and Life used to be cool, man. Life was cool, yeah, but you can tell, bro. Like if you piss Life off, he would flip, he'd flip on you, bro. But he was a cool dude, though. Me and him were cool. Me and him were cool. Me and him were cool. Senior Cal, Poisonous Poets, Revealed, Styler, I know Loki, I know Doc Brown. Doc Brown does comedy now, isn't it? I'm not too familiar with Poisonous Poets, Revealed, and Styler. Probably if I heard the music, I'd probably be more acquainted. Yeah, I mean, it's just promotion. That's all it is. And then it became, I tell you what, like, by the time you got, AKA channel, that's it. See, because around that period, right? Around that period there, the Rapologists. No, I'm not too familiar with them, though. But you see what it was, yeah? Around the AKA channel time, more people had access to the internet. Around this time, they started to get a bit more access to the internet. And then things started to change for UK rap, UK grime. You can now put visuals to the songs. And I think that's definitely helped the profile of UK rap over the past few years, because people can now understand why they talk in them dialects, talk in them accents, where they're talking about. You can actually see it now. You know what I mean? And it started to change. It started to change. They were playing much more British music, rap on the radio, on Radio 1, Capital, and or wherever. Like even now, if you go on the radio, you'll hear a bit of British rap. Then you had the breakthrough, like who took advantage of that? You'd have to say Wiley's, Dizzy's, Lethal, Skepta, all the guys who were up there yesterday. Senior Cal, Out the Ville, Lee Ramsey, and Scorsese. Nottingham, yeah? Don't forget Pure Genius from Nottingham, man. What's his name again? You had Earl Dillinger from Nottingham. What was his other name? Earl Dillinger. Actually, they're quite good poet, actually, he was. And Kammer was good. Kammer was pretty good. Kamikaze. He was very good. He was very good. He was very good. Yeah, low key political on the political subject matters. He's not a joke, man. Yeah, because you have to understand, man. Like my brother was telling me, Westwood was playing out in the 80s. It was outside, and you know what he said to the crowd? Might as well enjoy this hip hop thing because you know it's not going to last very long. So he didn't see it as something sustainable, and they started booing him. I think, hey, well, he got jacked and everything. Yeah. Got jacked. Mm. Tone said they did a song with DJ Wizkid called Hip Hop Beat, Kids Rap. I think it was produced by Mastermind Herbie. You'll know it if you heard it. Who did that song? Oh, the Rapologists. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, there's been it's interesting. Like if you're going to talk UK rap, you have to look at the UK bubbling thing. You know what I mean? The UK bubbling thing with the sound systems, and there was a label that produced a lot of their stuff, and I'm talking about Tipper, the Colonel. The Colonel's bad, man. Papa Levi is bad. Sandy, Rusty, the white kid Dominic, and yeah, they were bad. And like, see, that was a big part of like British poetry over beats. It was the UK bubbling style. Right, Tom, give me a little link there. Right, how can I copy this link in? By Mastermind, is that the Sound Mastermind, Tom? Apologies. I know, because when you said rapologist, I was thinking of the rhymethologist, which is Jamos. Jamos and the 45 King. Remember that song? I'm the rhymethologist. I used to love that song, bro. I used to love that song, boy. That was one of my favorites, man. That beat, man. Oh, here it is. Kids rap. Okay. I have to listen to that more in depth. I don't think I've heard it. Yeah. Tell them about that tune, Tone. Jamos, the rhymethologist. That bass line and that horn. You play that out of that. We used to play that exact when we used to go out and play. Me and Kevin, the Greek kid. That's got to drop this. Got to drop this for the hip hop heads in the dance. You know what I mean? Because you see them. You know what? You know, with certain tunes, you'd be in a dance. It wouldn't maybe not be a hip hop club, but you could sniff out the hip hop heads. You play certain tunes and you sniff them out. I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah. That was a great song, man. That was a great song, Jamos, you know. He had that raspy, but he sounded a bit like Nas. He had a kind of Nas type of voice. Yeah. I love that song, man. Jamos. Dope on Plastic. Remember that one? Uptown? Dope on Plastic was just bad, man. It was just bad. It was bad. Back by Dope Demand. Ja Rule. Wow. G Street Records. Who else was on G Street? Outlaw Posse. There was who else was on G Street? So that's the sound system mastermind. Okay. Wow. Yeah, man. Who's gonna win out of Derek Chisora and Dillian. I mean, Dillian and Joe Joyce. Who wins that? Some are saying they don't like the fight, that they're both washed. I like the fight. I like it. I like it. I think it'd be a competitive fight. Derek said his ears popped and stuff. He does look the worst for wears, man. He does look the worst for wears post fight. He didn't look too clever. I'll be honest with you. He didn't look too clever. How you talking to Derek like that after that win, man? He's mash up, man. Let the man let him talk when he's ready. Look at his face, man. He was like Kanye after the car crash, man. Wow. Derek look mash up, bro. Yeah, G Street had a lot of UK and American artists. I know Outlaw were on there. I can't remember who else was on there, man. G Street. Yeah, I think they make a good fight, Tom. Even though they're a bit washed, you know what I mean? They're a bit washed, but they make a good fight. Freedom Fighter says, Master Ace on the grind. First heard it on RRJ YouTube video. Still one of my favorites. John J, spit some bars, Skepta. Yeah, man. Come on, Skepta, man. Like, you must have an 8. You know what I mean? Even if they're like, you don't have to do it on the beat. Just say, yeah, let me do an acapella. Do an acapella of what you did, what you wrote last. That's crazy. They had nothing. Not you 3 UMC. How much MCs did he bring on there? You bring 3 MCs up there, and between you can't even come up with flipping hit bars are rap. Blood clean. Oh, what is? Disappointing. That was disappointing for me. That's disappointing. These rappers, you know what? Is they're too cool, isn't it? No, I don't want to do that, man. You know what I mean? How much are they paying me? And shit. Crazy. Weren't impressed with that at all. Look at Darius' face, man. Lumped up bad. Hard fight, bro. Even though he won well on the cards, it was a tough fight. Where is that girl? Is that his daughter? He's got a daughter that old? Probably. No, but no one's going nowhere near her though. Don't even think about it, bro. Don't even think about it. Yeah, I think Jungle Brothers were on G Street. Thompson, I'm glad Lethal Pizzle didn't touch the mic. Oh dear. John J, did you see Joyce? He doesn't look right at all. Joe's had a hard flipping career, mate. Joe's had a hard career in all truth. It's been a tough road. Been a tough road, mate. What's he got left? Who's going to have more in the tank, Dillian or Joyce? All these British heavyweights coming to the end. Tyson retired. He got out. AJ got clocked last time out. Joyce was beaten by Chisora. Dillian didn't look too good against Tete last time out. Didn't look clever. Riatpour fighting Lawrence Okoli. Boy, Okoli, I mean, Riatpour better do some hard training, man, because he just didn't look. He just didn't look like nothing against William Smith. He just looked like he was grateful to get through the 12 rounds, man. It wasn't good. Yeah. Man, I think I'm going to jump out now, people. It's been good, though. Been a very good session. I mean, some people are complaining, start talking about hip-hop and music. Yeah. We spoke about boxing. I've got loads of uploads I've put up there for the week. You know what I mean? Derek said I deserve a blockbuster. A blockbuster finish. A blockbuster last fight. I'm trying to decide who that would be. Well, Frank's gonna have to come up with something. John Jay, maybe Chisora will be the last standing. Guzzy, Dillian must be thinking if Chisora dealt with Joyce, he can do the same. Wow. Not left in the tank for Delboy, but he's still flinging hands. He scored a late knockdown against Otto. A late knockdown. Was this Kanye and Dave Chappelle? I still found a good picture because I love you. But this shit is not love you N-word, but this shit is not about emotion. This is war. Where you have to get your jokes approved by JEWISH people, but you don't run your jokes past the king. You banish your lanky ass, dry Travis Scott lipped mother effer. Every joke you tell you, I'm on your ass. You used to be my hero, Dave. You were one of my inspirations to go to war with Adidas. And after you thought I lost that battle, you showed your true colors, your envy, the hate in your blood, because you want to be a rock star, but you just can't get the same PUSSY as me and John Mayer and D-Ray. You ugly. You've been ugly. You was ugly when the JEWS took you in. You ugly now, and you're going to die ugly. Kanye. I say I want Kanye. Lord of mercy. That's what he told Dave Chappelle. So look, the few people agreeing that Dave Chappelle sold out. That's deep, man. That's deep. Adam Abramowitz says, one in fighting like this professional sparring partner he often is. Apart from when he fought Tyson Fury. Tyson overrated Fury. Tyson's so overrated. Good fighter. Very overrated, though. Kanye's crazy, man. Kanye's crazy. Tom said, not sure what Dylan has left as he's so inactive. He stunk the place out last time. Yeah, he did. He did. John J said, Chisora beats White at the moment. You could be right, you know. You could be right. Guzzy, that's a crazy stat. Wallin never been on the canvas before. And Derek does it twice. Yeah. Freedom Fighter said, Dylan is finished. Tom says, Kanye is a bitter mug, mugged himself off. Wow. Guzzy, I heard Kanye loves laughing gas nowadays, Tom. Did he have his woman naked at the award show the other day? Not naked, she had a transparent dress on. And then today she had this ridiculously big fur coat, like padded up fur coat. Just like, oh boy. Freedom Fighter says because he's WHITE. Was that why he's overrated? Very overrated. He's overrated. I'll stand by that with anybody who argued it. He's overrated. Derek was crying before the fight started because he knew this was his last time in the UK that he'd be boxing. People, it's been good. Tom said, yep, she was more or less naked. Still, she didn't look as crazy. What did Will Smith's son had a house on his head? What was what's going on? What was the symbolism of that? He had a house on his head. Oh boy. He had a house on his head. What's the deal? He had a house on his head. Smiths are this on another level, boy. Jaden Smith. House hats. Or a castle. Was it a castle? It looked like a castle. What is going on in this world? It is a fashion because it looks like someone else is wearing it as well. A castle-shaped hat. Can't fathom it. I can't fathom it, bro. I can't fathom it, man. He's in the house. The castle. What is going on, bro? Is they call it a fashion statement, yeah? That type of, what's the statement? What is the statement? Let me see. Castle hat. Explanation. Serves as a symbol of audacity, fortitude, and an embrace of folklore and legends. The Abodi, Transylvania vampire castle serves as a symbol of audacity. Even Jada showed how obsessed she was with her son's confident expression of the avant-garde on the red carpet. Wow, boy. I don't know what to do. I don't know. People, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do with that. You're wearing a castle on your head. Yeah, they're off key, Tom. They're off key. They're off key. Guzzy says shock jock family. Yeah, yeah. John Jay, what's this all about? Will Smith's son had a castle hat on his head at the award show. Tom said, yep, it was a French chateau. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it means. Wow. And look, his mom and dad is just standing there, like, they're just with him, like, this is. Wow. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Is it? Listen. I guess I'm not cultured enough to understand what's going on there. You know what I mean? I'm not enlightened enough. I guess. You know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out of my depth on them ones there. I'm out of my depth. I'm out of my depth. Crazy, bro. Wow. That's I don't know. I don't know. The modern world is just the modern world, isn't it? This is crazy. Yeah, parents skinning teeth with him, Tom. John Jay had a look at it. Right tit. He just oh boy. Boy. They just do it just to try and like make people talk or just separate themselves that we're different or is I don't know. Could be just abstract art, then I'll just put it down to that, innit? You know what I mean? Like really, you're not always supposed to understand art, I guess, you know what I mean? So if you're looking at it from that perspective, I guess. You know what I mean? I mean, all right, people. I think at that point, I need to rest my head a little, man. I need to chill out, man. I'm gonna get a cup of tea, man. Yeah, a cup of tea. Just sip a cup of tea, then go to sleep, people. After that one, Tom said, "Abstract brain, Guzzy. For me, the guy who made it is the winner. Must have cost." Yeah, yeah. The guy who told him to put that on, you know, they're making a fortune out of fashion, making any crap. Yeah, yeah, making an absolute fortune. But hey, credit due to them, bro. Got to give them props for that. Got to get props. You know what I mean? Like whoever dressed it like that Sam Smith. Is there any? Can I block any like Sam Smith posts on Twitter? Is there a way I could block it? If I put is there something I could put Sam Smith in the block? I don't want him to come up on my Twitter post. And it's not because he's homosexual. It's not because of that. It's just like he's disturbed. It's as simple as that. The man is disturbed. He's a disturbed individual. Sam Smith. They're not. They're all right. Yeah, you're right, Guzzy. Whoever made it is making a fortune. Yeah, put this on. How much? How much? 20 grand. John Jay just need to get him to wear a knob next time. Yeah, he probably will. He probably will. Probably will. All right, people. Peace. Time for some tea.